All right, y'all, give me a second. I'm getting everything together. I'm on the road right now. Punch that like button if you're coming in the building. Let me know how my sound is. On a scale of 1 through 10, how is my sound? I'm currently on the road. We've been BSing, taking our time, getting out of town. Hi, welcome to the channel. Jay, and this is our 2 cents. Where we talk everything boxing, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Everybody, bear with me today. I'm not in my studio, so my sound, my quality, everything might be a little different, maybe a little off, may not be what you used to, but we still gonna do ladies' night tonight. I'm still on the road. I got about 3 hours left on my trip. So bear with me if my signal keep going in and out. I'm on the road. If people in the chat start complaining, y'all just let them know I'm on the road. Y'all just let them know I'm on the road. Shout out to the new members that joined the channel. I had a little special thing I was gonna put together for y'all, but I'm not at home right now, so I been on the road all day. I didn't have time to put my graphics and stuff together for the show. But shout out to all the new members of the channel. I think it's Boxing Hiker, Kurt Hurd, and one more person. I think it might have been Jamar Skywalker or somebody like that became a member. You a little choppy, but less work, we understand. Is it too choppy to keep going? Like, you choppy, you need to stop? Y'all know how extreme y'all be doing that sometimes. Where your phone start sounding like rich, like you got a frog in your throat or something. On a scale of 1 to rich, how's my sound? On a scale of 1 to rich, how's my sound? So what's been up? What has been going on in the boxing world today? I'm hearing all kind of different rumors about Gervonta Tank Davis and the Auntie Skull fight. I'm hearing rumors that we may be about to get a Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney announcement. If we get a Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney announcement, I'm gonna feel like, do we have to do all of this? Do we have to go through all of this for y'all to announce that y'all was about to fight each other? You know, like the whole, we gotta make it seem like somebody's scared of somebody. I don't even think nobody actually, well, me personally, I can speak for me. I didn't think that Devin was afraid of Keyshawn or Shakur was afraid of Devin. I never thought any of that. Like, none of that even makes sense. Like, for what reason would any of those fighters have to be scared of each other? Devin's already took a L. I mean, I guess his record, he did take a L, but I would say Devin's already took a L. He was able to get it overturned. You can feel however you want to feel about the cheated, but I'm just saying he's already went through that. Keyshawn, he's 15. He's 15-0. He's still young in his career. Losing to a fighter like Devin Haney, that's not gonna really hurt his career at all, in my opinion, because a lot of people should be like, okay, well, Devin should beat him. He's the more experienced fighter. He got the more championship experience. He's been in more weight divisions. He's you know what I'm saying? So I don't think Keyshawn losing to Devin would have done anything. And then you got, if Shakur and Devin face each other, it's like, okay, well, you know, if they face each other, y'all are two of the top boxers right now. We already know that one of y'all have to lose. It's not. Y'all let me know and drop it below. Who does it look bad on if Devin loses to Shakur or Shakur loses to Devin? Who has the most to lose by losing that fight? What do y'all think? Because I don't think nobody got nothing to lose by losing that fight, to be honest with you. I never felt like they was just scared. To me, it was a plot to sell a fight, a plot to get a bigger payday. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was business at the end of the day. I get in the entertainment of it all. You know, I'm a content creator, so I gotta, you know, kind of talk about it. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Bill Haney is good. I know I sit down and I break it down and I break down what he doing and I point it out. But y'all gotta admit, Bill Haney popped around these YouTube streets. He created all this chaos. He got everybody talking about it, arguing back and forth, only for them to just make the fight anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, we went through all that just to make the fight anyway, but it is what it is. Dondrick say, Key whooping Devin. I'm going to have to disagree with you on that one, Dondrick. You just saying that because you don't like Devin. And I hate to say that because I don't really like when people say that to me, but you literally said you pick against. Or was that no cap? Is that you or no cap that's just going to pick against Devin regardless, Dondrick? Because I don't know if Key whooping Devin. Key's a decent fighter, y'all, but Key got a lot of flaws. He got a lot of flaws. He don't got as many as Brian Norman Jr. He don't got as many as Brian Norman Jr. And Key had a good point when he said, you know, you could tell Brian Norman Jr. doesn't have a lot of amateur experience, and that's true. And while I think that Brian Norman Jr. and Keyshawn Davis, I think that's a decent fight, right? What do y'all think about that fight? Brian Norman Jr. and Keyshawn Davis. It's again, that's not a fight that just will make me kind of feel like it's not a step-up fight for Keyshawn. Do y'all think Brian Norman is a step-up fight for Keyshawn? Or is it just kind of like a, you know, Devin beat you, now I'm going to fight you, building us up to eventually see each other, having common opponents type of situation? Dodrick say Devin is not good after the 5th round, but you're not going to bring that up. Oh, what? Dodrick, stop it. I'm the one that brought that to everybody's attention in the first place. I told people Devin fades at the end of the fight. You know what they told me, Dodrick? He's cruising. I absolutely brought that up. And Devin don't get his head off the line either. Devin don't get his head off the line. He sure does not. I've definitely broke down and went over Devin's flaws. But you know who else don't get their head off the line? Keyshawn Davis. You can close your eyes and throw a straight right at Keyshawn and you gonna hit him. He gonna be right there. He's gonna be right there. I'm telling y'all. Big Dog, what did he say? Keyshawn is way better than Brian Norman. Yeah, I agree. Keyshawn is way better than Brian Norman. Now, is he more athletic and stronger than Brian Norman? Brian Norman's a good fighter. He's kind of like a Frank Martin to me in the sense of like, you don't got a lot of amateur experience. You started later. You know, I think, who y'all think a better fighter, Frank Martin or Brian Norman? Who y'all think better, Frank Martin or Brian Norman? Who would y'all rather see Matter of fact, who would y'all rather see Keyshawn fight? Frank Martin or Brian Norman? And I'm wondering why Keyshawn ain't saying Frank Martin's name. Why Keyshawn not? Frank Martin didn't ran up on Keyshawn. How you go to 140 and don't call Keyshawn? I mean, Keyshawn, how you go to 140 and don't ask for Frank? Don't ask for Brian Norman. Brian Norman? And listen, don't get it twisted. I really don't care who these guys fight, to be honest with y'all. I'm just here to see things happen and give my 2 cents about it. But I do have an opinion. I do have like things I would want to see. Like I do have suggestions. But I'm not gonna cry and bitch and moan if they don't do what I want them to do. I mean, you do that. I learned my lesson with that shit. I ain't gonna never listen. Earl Spence taught me to not care about no fight ever getting made. That whole Terrence Crawford Earl Spence thing, after all of that, I was like, I ain't gonna never be just, oh, I gotta see this fight. And y'all have never heard me not one time after that fight say I gotta see a fight, because I don't. I don't gotta see a fight. And I wish I was at home because I wanted to show my video that I made right after that Earl Spence Terrence Crawford fight. I wanted to show the video I made because that was like my raw, honest opinion and emotion in that video. So whenever I get to my computer and I'm able to go live again, I'm gonna play it. And it's from 2 years ago, or whenever. It was from right after the fight. It was from right after the fight. I already been pissed off at Earl. Believe me. 2 cents. Why does Bill not want Devin to fight Keyshawn? I don't think Bill not want Devin to fight Keyshawn. I don't think that's If he doesn't want him to fight Keyshawn, I can't answer why. I just think I think it's just business at the end of the day. I think it's all just business at the end of the day. Don't none of them guys got no reason to not want to fight the other. This is a situation where it doesn't do anything. Let me see what y'all said about who should lose, who will lose. Let me see what y'all said. Don't just say I don't see Tank versus Skull anyway. You don't think that's happening? Okay, this was my question. Nobody answered it. This is not gonna be like a regular show like I have because I'm on the road. So, damn, what is that? A truck burnt? What is that? That ain't no truck. That is the truck. Oh shoot! Oh, you just seen this 18-wheeler burnt up on the side of the road. That's crazy, and it stinks. Okay, if Shakur and Devin fight each other, I'm gonna ask y'all a bunch of questions. I want y'all to answer them. I'm gonna respond till the ladies get here. If Shakur and Devin fight each other, who has the most to lose? Like, what reason would any of them be apprehensive to fight each other? That's what I'm asking y'all. Niggas need to go back and watch Frank versus Nahir. He won that fight clear. He just looked tired the last 4 rounds, which he won 2 of them. I mean, Nahir Albright caught him. He had to recover from the shot. Like, I mean, that's not the whole fight. That's a moment in the fight. That's not the whole fight. EJ fans are mad at Earl because they lost money, and that's understandable. But it's called a gamble for a reason. But if you're mad at Earl because you lost money, you went to the fight, all of that, listen, trust me, I understand. I understand. And this is the type of person I am, right? If I'm a fan of somebody or this and that, and they do something I don't agree with, something I don't like, and I'm not going to feel like they owe me an apology. They might need to apologize, but listen, I'm just not going to support you no more, and I'm going to go on about my day. I'm done with you. I'm going to go on about my day. I'm not going to support you. I'm done about my day. Yeah, but I mean, I think people are getting being understanding and being accepting. I think they're getting the two mixed up. That's what I think. Being understanding and being accepting, I think they're getting the two mixed up. And like I've always said, and like I've always told y'all, I want fighters to do what they say their goals are, and I want fighters to do what they feel is going to put their families in the best financial position. That's what if a fighter say, I want to fight for belts, I'm going to be like, okay, you fighting for belts and blah, blah, blah. Then if you switch it up, I can be like, what's up? I thought you said you was fighting for belts. If a fighter say he fighting for money, and then he switch it up, and all of a sudden he fighting for belts, I'm going to say, what's up? You changed your mind. What happened? I thought you were fighting for money. Now you can't take this fight because it ain't for a belt. That is how I do my critiques and my criticism. I don't really do it based off of what I want, because I don't have any wants or needs for these guys, because boxing is a sport where you can suggest things, but it's not a sport where you can just really demand people to do shit. Like we you know what I'm saying? You can't really, for me, let me speak for me. I don't demand fighters to do shit. And I think people getting that mixed up. Like, yeah, I'm a content creator. Of course, I gotta come in here, critique, criticize, give my 2 cents. But that's it. So let's see who said got the most to lose. Cottage in the building. What's going on? One Stronomus. Does Bill want Devin to get back to fighting smaller fighters? I mean, that's always kind of been the MO. How would Devin have the most to lose, Lee Jackson? What does Devin really have? I don't think Devin got nothing to lose at this point, to be honest with y'all. What does Devin have to lose at this point? Vincent say Shakur got most to lose because we've seen Devin lose already. Dondre say Devin has the most to lose because if he lose again, he gonna be trashed. Uh, that's a good point. But why would he be trashed for losing to Shakur though? Right? That's the second best fighter in the universe. So how could you be trashed by getting beat by the second best fighter in the universe? Key with the T. Let me drop the link. Key with the T in the chat. You get what I'm saying? How can Devin be trashed by losing to the second best fighter in the universe? I think like some fights now maybe depending on how you lose. What theme park is that? Maybe depending on how you lose, I could see that having an effect. But if we get in there and we box around and I lose by decision, then I don't see it. I don't really see it hurting Devin. But we'll fool around and get a draw in that fight for real, for real. We'll mess around. That fight will fool around and be a draw. Devin Shakur Stevenson fool around and be a draw. And then we got to watch the rematch. Key with the T in the building. What's going on, Key?
Hey, are you at home, Two Cents?
No, I'm on a road trip.
Okay. That's why you sound like that. I was like, Two Cents sounds out like
Yeah,
her microphone sounds different. Where you guys going?
we're going to Wichita, Kansas for Junior Olympics and a summer festival boxing match.
Hey,
Boxing
good
tournament.
luck to the Kings, man. The young prince and the training, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That sound bad? My sound bad or just don't sound like I normally do?
It just don't sound like you normally do.
Oh, okay, okay. Um,
What were you
Dondre,
talking about?
I was asking, who do you because this is what I was saying, right, with the whole Shakur, Devin, Keyshawn situation. I'm saying like I don't think this was a matter of nobody being scared to fight nobody or none of that. I think it was a business situation, Bill trying to build a fight. Because I'm hearing rumors that we should be expecting a Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney fight announcement soon. And I mean, if we hear a fight announcement soon, I'll be annoyed because it's like we went through all of that just for y'all to announce a fight. Like all that shit was unnecessary because there's no way I haven't been negotiating this behind the scenes. Like y'all just called each other yesterday and decided to fight. So y'all been negotiating this fight. I said Bill went around, he did what he needed to do. He created the buzz for the fight. Kim and Keyshawn, they did it. They did it. But my question was, what does any of them have to lose if they are unsuccessful in the fight? If Keyshawn, now I think if Devin loses to Keyshawn, that may have some implications. But if Keyshawn loses to Devin, what does he have to lose? If Shakur or Devin, either one of them lose to each other, what do they have to lose? So the only person that really has anything to lose would be if Devin lost to Keyshawn.
Mm.
But what if Shakur or Devin fight each other? What do you believe any of them would have anything to lose? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Um. Well. Okay. So I think honestly, I think hey, Cottage, hey Lee Jackson. I think that they all have something to lose. Quite frankly, um, because Keyshawn is still trying to get his footing into boxing as far as being that superstar, you know what I'm saying? Being a household name. And him trying to son Devin and he get beat up, that's just gonna push him further back, especially since the consensus amongst the boxing fans is that Keyshawn is in Shakur Stevenson's shadow. So that like I could see that happening, and then with Devin, it will be like, man, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be an elite fighter, and even if Devin goes 12 and make it lackluster, he's gonna get cooked
With Keyshawn?
with Keyshawn. Yes, Now Shakur and
No,
Devin.
they believe a win is a win, Key. They get away with those performances, so
Nah,
I
nah,
can't say
nah,
that.
nah. That's gonna be bad because even with the Brian Norman Jr. fight, people wasn't impressed with that like that. I mean, we talked about that. We said we
He
knew
had
what he was
knockdown
doing.
of the year, Key.
Girl, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't even on that. But and I think that with Devin and Shakur, that's gonna go as a 50-50 fight anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because they've been knowing each other and boxing with each other for so long. Um, so it really would be like the made a best man win. And it won't be as harsh. But I think if Devin loses to Keyshawn, it would be bad for him.
Yeah,
Or
I
if
agree with that.
Keyshawn,
I agree with
yeah,
that.
rather than a Shakur Stevenson, to be honest with you. But all of them would have something to lose, you know what I'm saying, as far as Shakur just got back on the main stage. Devin is still fighting on undercard. It would really fall on Devin.
Now, I
Cause
just thought about the Zuffa deal. I see people in the chat talking about they'll lose the Zuffa deal, and I'm seeing people saying Devin ducked Rolly and he ducked Ryan. So if he loses Shakur, it's gonna look real bad. I don't know, y'all. I mean, I don't think that matters. That he's not fighting Ryan, or I mean, it matters. Don't get me wrong, but I'm saying like I don't think nobody gonna be like, "Oh, you lost," because Shakur is the second best fighter on the universe, correct? In the universe, correct? He's right under
yeah,
Bud
that's what they
Crawford.
say. Yeah, that's what
That's
they
what they
say.
say. So how is it gonna look bad on me if I lose to the second best fighter in the universe? How does that look bad on me?
No,
He's the
but
pound for
I think
pound
it's
best
the
fighter in the world right now.
but I think it's the optics of it though too, since like at the end of the day, um, people know more of Devin than they do of a Shakur. You know what I'm saying? And so it will be a lot.
You think what? You think Devin is more popular than Shakur?
I think people know Devin more than
Mm.
than Shakur a little bit. Yeah,
He
I
just did
think.
one. Shakur just did 1.2 million pay-per-view buys.
Girl, no, he did not. No, he did not. The only person that's saying that is Turkey. We don't know those numbers to be true at all.
Key, we got to use the stats and the facts we got available to us.
Nah, nah, not with Turkey. You know, don't pull that one with me with Turkey.
Okay,
Turkey,
but
we did
Shakur
call
just
him in so many lies.
oh, absolutely. But Shakur, oh, you see, Turkey, he about to. Anyway, you see his latest statement about how he's sick and all that. But we're gonna get on that. Shakur, I believe, is more popular than Devin. I will say that because he just had that fight with To in Madison Square Garden. He was doing 2 million on ESPN. Shakur, I mean, Devin has never had done numbers like that or ever had that exposure, in my opinion.
Well,
What you think?
With Ryan, he did.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
With
That's
Ryan,
true.
he did, and that's when it really, his name really catapulted off of that. Um, with that Ryan fight. So I can't say that, but I think it's huge implications for all three of them. That's why I think that they need each other more than we know. That's why there's just so many. That's why they're going at it, and I'm very happy that the WBO president, came out and said, no, Keyshawn is the man though. We trying to get negotiations and everything going by July, which is only a couple of weeks away. And here comes Bill like clockwork. You know what I'm saying? Putting everything back on Shakur and, making Keyshawn the last resort. I find that very telling. I never seen the Haney's pursue a fight like this. Nor have I seen, you know what I'm saying, them get out of character like that. Yeah, with Ryan and of course with Tank, they always have something to say about Tank, but like how they're coming with this, with pursuing this fight, it was something different. I mean, it's something different what they're doing, and I think it's because they really, really need that deal. They really, really
But Key,
need Shakur.
we all know that doing this in the public is not how you get it done. Trying to yell at Keyshawn on Najee Cigar Talk to fish for information is not how you get it done. Um, the WB, it's just I can't decide on. I hear they might be making a fight. I can't decide on if Bill is acting like this because niggas ain't sticking to the plan like they supposed to be. Like some this ain't what we talked about. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Or if they really just making a fight for real and we just waiting to hear what's gonna happen and what's because if are y'all telling me if Devin don't fight Shakur, he's automatically gonna fight Keyshawn? How y'all know he just won't drop the belt and fight somebody else? He's done it before.
Yes, and it appears that because what they said, what the WBO president said, and maybe I could be reading into this wrong, but they said that they're not sanctioning that fight with Shakur Stevenson and everything. So Devin would be stripped if he was to fight that. And I wouldn't be surprised if we was to get a Keyshawn versus Brian Norman Jr. For the WBO or something of that nature. We will know within the next few weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, they are doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like he is the man though. So it's not like Bill and Devin don't know. He is the Mando, and his belt is on the line. If he was to fight Shakur, he will be stripped.
Okay, and let's kind of pack something up and put it in a box and wrap it up and put a nice little bow on it. That we are you laughing?
You silly.
That we've been talking about for a while on this channel. You brought up the WBO interview. Now, in that, do you remember what I said when the WBC came out and they did that interview and they were saying how as long as Zuffa followed the rules, they could fight for the belts over there. You remember when he came out and said that, Mauricio Suleiman? And I said, y'all got to be careful with this political talk. I said, this is a political game we're playing. And I said, if you don't know politics, they agree to everything in person, in front of you. Everything. Yeah, we could work it out. We could do this. I said, but behind the scenes, they don't really mean that. Mauricio Suleiman said something very specific. He said, yes, as long as they follow the rules. And my question was, well, what rules would they need to follow? Nobody was asking that. They just kept saying, see, he said they would do it. He said they would do it. I said, yeah, he said they would do it, but he said, long as they follow the rules. I said, they can continue to change rules if they want to, so you could never be following them. So then the WBO president comes out and he says, what, Keith? They need to follow the rules. They don't even have the licensing to be able to put on these fights with these belts. They don't
Mm.
have the licensing key, which
And then
means that
not to mention that bad taste that was left in the mouth, in their mouth after the Canelo and Bud Crawford. Look at what Bud did. You know, when they took the belts and he didn't pay and everything else, they not gonna make that same mistake again dealing with them.
Shakur too.
Yeah, they didn't even want to show Canelo's. Was that the WBC?
Yeah, when they were trying
Remember
to throw it off
that?
the stage.
Exactly. So it's and they didn't even want to let Suleiman in the ring. So there it's
So let me
that,
finish running. Let me
go
finish
ahead,
running
go
it down.
ahead.
Okay, let me because I'm gonna let chime in. So, all right, we're gonna put that in the box, right? They don't even have the licensing. So we're gonna take that, guys. I see y'all super chats. I'm gonna read them. I'm on my phone. Let me make my points, and then I'm gonna read y'all super chats. So boom, we throw that in the box. They don't have the licensing. So wouldn't that prove, Key, that they never had intentions on ever working with the sanctioning bodies? So doesn't that mean either they're lying to the fighters that they're signing, or the fighters that they're signing are in cahoots with them to lie to us?
Um, no, they're not lying to us because who are we? We just the fans. What's going on?
Like Jai Bataya, for example. How is Jai Bataya ever going to be undisputed at Zuffa when they don't even have the licensing for him to even compete for the belts?
Exactly. It's not going to happen. There's going to be a lot of red tape. We're seeing that right now with Conor Ben and Ryan Garcia. That fight is in the air. We're seeing that with Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua. That fight is in the air because of it's the size of the streets. And remember, a few months ago, you and I and Jupe was talking, and I said, you know, all that side of the street. We really finna start seeing that. We're really about to start seeing lines being drawn and fights not being able to happen. And it started with Virgil Ortiz, and it's been a snowball effect ever since. You know, people Mauricio Suleiman and all of them are they're getting very, very particular and they're getting very specific. And you know, it's either Dana White and Turkey are gonna have to tuck their tail and get in
Well, girl, you
line.
haven't heard the new news, Key?
Which
All of a
oh
sudden,
yes,
it's
yes.
working, and they can work together. And see now, if it's cool and they can work together and all that, I'm gonna be done with them because they own some WWE stuff. Y'all been bitching, moaning, complaining, saying it's in the contract. They can't do this. They can't do that. They just think they can do whatever. And now all of a sudden, y'all kumbaya. Y'all can work together.
Mm.
Not cool, but I'm saying now it's like I'm seeing little posts like, "Oh, Frank Warren can now do this, and Frank and Daddy can do," and I'm like,
Because
"So
they
y'all
really
been
don't have a choice, 2 cents. You're talking about, look, it's a lot of money on the line. It's a lot of money on the line. And Eddie Hearn made sure to re-sign Anthony Joshua. Oh, she went off. Made sure to re-sign Anthony Joshua. And I don't know if y'all know this, but Eddie Hearn had gave Anthony Joshua, I think, a stake in the company or some shares or something like that. For him, he said that he has been loyal. So it's a, you know what I'm saying? Like they re-signing these fighters, and it's a lot of money on the table. Whether we like Tyson Fury or not, we know that Tyson Fury versus AJ is a big UK fight. They gonna show up and show out for that fight. You know what I'm saying? We may not care for Devin, or you may not care for Shakur, but that's a big fight. Everybody gonna come. The hood gonna come out for that fight. Devin versus Shakur, wherever they have it at. Like these are big money fights. These are fights that they all gonna want a piece of the pot in. And Dana White and Zuffa Boxing is not doing too well. It's not the cat's meow. Hey, Big Bob. Hey, Texas. Um, so I get it why they're singing a different tune. I get it why they're wanting to be friends, and you know what I'm saying, sing Kumbaya and everything. I get it. I get it because it's a lot of money to be made, and I think they overshot their load. I truly believe that that's what we're witnessing right now is them overshooting the load. Do you see what? Yeah, we're gonna get there, Big Bob. I got you. Yes, I do. Yep. Yep. Square Key, you going to sweat. Come on, Dondrick. We're not gonna do that. If they came out for Shakur versus T.O., they coming out for Devin versus Shakur.
Key? They want
You
that
gotta.
fight in Vegas. I was trying to tell you they wanted that fight in Vegas. You couldn't hear me. They want AJ and Fury in Vegas, Key.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that, and I think it's stupid. That should be a UK fight. That's definitely a UK fight, like Eddie said. And y'all know I really don't be agreeing with Eddie like that. But he been cooking lately when it come to these fights and everything, and I agree. I agree. That fight should be in the UK. That's a UK fight. And what does that put? That puts a black eye on the sport. Tyson Fury is not welcome. Like, look at what they did. Like,
Girl,
truly
they
look at
love
what him
Tyson
and his
Fury.
team did.
They love
No,
Tyson
that
Fury.
is no integrity. No integrity.
Girl, they
No.
love they love corrupt white men and foreigners in boxing.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. That will be a black eye in boxing to have Tyson Fury step foot on a an American ring. If that was to happen, man, I don't ever want to hear about Al Heyman again from the detractors. I don't want to hear nothing about him.
All right,
I
let me
don't
read these super
ever.
chats. Shout out to Big Bob Gunn. He says, "You seen what Tank said? 2 cents? No, what did Tank say?"
Oh, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. Hold
And
on.
shout
Read
out
your other.
to Big Dog Willie. I was gonna make a joke, but I'm not gonna say that because your screen name looks crazy on my cell phone because they like split it in half. But anyway, it says Taker Maniacs will need to stop hijacking fighters. YouTube boxing community are considering to outlaw tank channels because they jinx fighters. Abdullah Mason, David Benavidez, and Boost Ennis. Be careful.
What does
Big
that
Dog Willie,
even
what
mean?
what are you talking about? So if you're a tank fan, you can't be a fan of another fighter? That shit sound dumb, Big Dog Willie. Stop it.
Yeah, I don't know what that even means. Tank, a person put on social media on Twitter. Hold on, let me pull it up. I'm gonna read it verbatim. Let me hurry up because y'all know Tank be deleting stuff so fast.
You should have screenshotted that.
I did. I screenshotted it. It said Tank. This guy says Tank Camp so terrified of Shakur they won't even think about fighting them. That's what he said. Tank Camp so terrified of Shakur
Tank's camp. Okay,
that
okay.
they won't even think about fighting him. So Tank tagged it and said, "Well, you're hearing it from me. You're hearing it personally from me. We gonna see each other soon." And somebody said it's on, and he said like popcorn.
You talking about the
Boom.
Tank burner account?
Yes.
First of all, do that even be sounding like Tank to you?
Yeah, that's Tank.
You you think so?
Yeah, that's Tank.
I don't know. I be feeling like Tank don't be typing in complete sentences and talking like that though. And
No, it's Tank.
nor do he ever write like long ass paragraphs on Twitter. He don't be he you know what I'm saying? Think about it. Think about it. When maybe a few times he like come on and just be writing a long paragraph, and it's usually some real shit he's saying when he do that. He don't just be sitting on Twitter writing long ass soliloquies and paragraphs. Like I don't
He
know. I could
didn't.
be
He
wrong
didn't
though.
do that. He no. He only wrote a sentence. He
No,
said,
no, I'm talking about other tweets that burner account has put up. Have you read through the other stuff?
"Yeah, that's him.
You think that's him?
Yeah, that's him."
Okay. Nah, he should have never said that. They gonna be. You said you was gonna see him soon. Well, you're not fighting Shakur. You said you was gonna see him soon. But hey, did you see the Zone commercial? They showed Tank doing the backflip,
I did. So
and they were showing Tank during the fight. What fight was we just watching on the Zone, Keith?
what you talking? You said what?
What fight? What fight was on last weekend that we was watching on the Zone? I
Um,
think it was the MVP card. I can't think of what fight it was, but they were talking about Kid Austin and Tank, and they were showing highlights of Tank fighting. And I was like, wow, why is the Zone showing Tank? And I've been hearing
um,
rumors about PBC going to the Zone.
well, I'm not sure about that. I just heard about that today, and I'm waiting to hear what's going on about this whole thing. Because okay, so here's the dilemma with so I put in Discord maybe 2 months ago. I said, Tank, I don't know if you remember, I said Tank is coming back, but if it don't happen, if this fight, remember it was Pitbull Cruz at first. I said if Pitbull does not happen first, it's because of Kid Austin. Kid Austin is making some noise, right? And now we see what Kid Austin is doing. But the crazy thing is, from what I'm hearing, is that they really don't want to fight Tank. You know what I'm
Duh.
saying? They
They just
really
want that belt.
exactly they really don't want to fight Tank, and now they're making a spectacle. Well, Kid Austin Senior is making a spectacle, saying that the PBC is going broke. Now I was supposed to talk about it today,
Wow.
but I got so busy at work, so Upper had to run the channel today, the show today, because we had so many codes today. It's ridiculous. Everybody was cutting up.
Is it a full moon? Is it a full moon?
Man, I thought, I swear to God, it felt like one. I'm like, why is the psych ward going up today? What is going on? So basically, um, there that is what Kid Austin Senior has put out, that PBC is going broke, and that they're trying to use some things to, you know what I'm saying, to basically, like, basically PBC is intentionally trying to jeopardize the fight. That is not true at all. That is not true.
They be holding the PBC together with chewing gum and scotch tape, don't they? God
Exactly.
damn, PBC been going out of business for a whole decade. Jesus.
Exactly. So it's not true. It's not true. What they really don't want to fight Tank. Okay, they're really technically using his name for a clout. They really don't know what they're talking about. But I'm hearing that that fight may happen. It may happen. Kid Austin versus Tank as a comeback fight. Also, who's on the table is, I did hear that a potential Whoever wins between Lamont Roach and Pitbull Cruz may be also a potential fight for Tank Davis. And shoot, who else? It was one more other person that I was listening for. Of course, we know that Loma is in the cut lurking. So we can't forget about that. Loma is in the cut lurking, as we all know. So there's a few fighters that is out here, and now with this whole Shakur Stevenson situation, is looking like we could be getting that as well. Which I've always said that they were. I can't see them two not fighting. I think they're going to fight. So those are the names. I'm still waiting on some more info because everything is moving so fast, and a lot of the focus and the attention, of course, is on the Errol Spence and Tim Tszyu card in Australia. And they're also getting the David Benavidez card. There's also the Lamont Roach and Pitbull Cruz in August. But there could potentially be a September or October card as well. So I'm just waiting to hear about those cards, and to see who's going to be coming up, fighting. But that's pretty much like Kid Austin. They really they want money, y'all. They really they want the bag, and they're thinking that them putting this pressure and putting all this stuff out about Tank in the PBC is gonna shake something, and it's not. He gonna wait his turn and wait in line like everybody else. He gonna be
I
fine.
mean, he just really messing up the fight, in my opinion. Like, just shut up, bro. Like, we already know Kid Austin is Kid Austin is he needs to fight. He needs to build himself up. He need to be getting better. He need to be focused on building his career and getting himself to a certain level. But if you want to finesse a big payday, I'm cool. If that's what you want to do, I'm cool with that. But you talking about Tank asking for too much money? How would he know that? How would Auntie Scott
He's
know
not,
that?
man. He's not asking. First of all, Tank, because of the cards that he has put on for the PBC for the past several years, he's always going to have a set amount that he's always going to make. You know what I'm saying? There, it's not going to be there. They've always, all of Tank's cards since the Rolly fight, and even before then, has been successful. So they people got to stop with that. Like, no, they're fine. You know what I'm saying? That their issue has never been with Tank or money or anything like that. And I'm sorry, I meant Zapata, aircraft carrier. Hey, YK. Um,
Are you at your computer, key? Because I wish like I could like give you permission to share your screen. Did you? Oh my bad, I mean to cut you off, but I want to ask you real quick. Did you see the interview with Coach Calvin? I haven't watched the whole thing, but somebody told me, and y'all can let me know in the chat, two centers, that he confirmed that that car accident with Tank was actually real. Do you know anything about that?
no, because I didn't watch it. I wouldn't be surprised if he did, but it was real. If he did say that, it was real. And I know that he was talking about the Devin and versus Shakur fight and everything. I think Coach Calvin picked Shakur to beat Devin, and I think that pissed off a lot of the Avengers. But I'm definitely gonna tune in and look at that video to see like what is going on, because whatever Coach Calvin said in that short period of time got a lot of people upset. Hey Blue, this is the first time I heard Tank is asking for too much money. Exactly. That's them. They are putting on the pressure because there's other fights like they don't run nothing. They don't run nothing. They've been talking like this for a very long time. This is the same. Remember, this is the same Kid Austin Sr. who said that his son knocked out Tank, Shakur, and Devin, and Keyshawn, and Abdullah Mason, and then turned around and wanted 20 million to fight Abdullah Mason. Come on, y'all.
I
Like,
don't
this
know,
is
Key.
them. This is how they get down.
Key, I don't know why they want that belt so bad. They not gonna keep it. Y'all not finna keep that belt. Y'all are not doing anything to be in a position to get a belt and keep it. You're not. You haven't fought since when? And then you think you finna fight Tank off a long layoff? I get it. Tank is coming off a long layoff too. But Kid Austin, you don't got the experience like that, bro. Like them bright lights is going to kill Kid Austin. He can't even do an interview. I mean, he looked decent on the camera, like, okay, but you got your daddy sitting right next to you. Like that whole lead up, all that media attention, it's gonna kill him. His daddy, he already addicted to the attention. That's just gonna make the situation worse. It's probably gonna be the most annoying build up to a fight we've ever seen. All for you to go in there and get sparked because you ain't even had no business in there. And I'm not saying don't make the fight. I'm just giving y'all my opinion about it. You can finesse your way into a title fight. You can finesse your way into a belt, like finesse your way into some step aside money. But all of that eventually
That's
is
and
gonna catch up to you.
I've been saying that. I won't be surprised if they pull a Chakram Gaiasoft. Remember, they did it with Rolly. They're going. Listen, the WBA and the PBC. They got a good relationship. They gonna do what they gotta do. Okay, for these fighters. That's how it always has been. They're going to, just like Bob Arum does with the WBO. You know what I'm saying? Like they just have, like, when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, making sure they fight. Like, nah, we want this fight because it's more lucrative. Okay, we gonna pay step aside. They pay step aside to Chakram Gaiasoft like twice. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the same situation, because you think for 1 second, if let's say Tank and Loma's team is talking in the background. This is hypothetical, okay? Let's say you think they're gonna say, "Okay, come on, Kid Austin, we're gonna give Tank and we're gonna give Kid Austin over Loma versus Tank." Come on, bruh. They gonna make that man sit down so quick. Or Shakur Stevenson. You know what I'm saying? Bye, Kid. We don't need. They don't need. Tank don't need Kid. And you think the WBA is gonna be like, "Nah, we're gonna make sure that this fight happens." They don't care. We saw
Somebody
that with Rolly.
somebody say finessing your way into step aside money is nasty work. Listen, it's boxing.
Yeah.
Boxing is a business and it's strategy,
Another one that
y'all.
did it was Stanionis. Who remembers that? Stanionis got paid step aside money. Who else got paid step aside money? It's a shoot, I gotta keep thinking about it. But a few fighters have been paid step aside money for
Some
the bigger
fighters
fights.
see some fighters get paid step aside money. They've earned the right. They did what they needed to do to get there. It's just they're not ready to make the fight with them yet. Some fighters, and you know what, Key, I've peeped this over the like last couple years. Like some people just kind of be doing that shit as a strategy to get that step aside
Mm-hmm.
bread. And listen, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. This is boxing. It's chess, not checkers. But Auntie Skull is not even trying to play chess. The nigga's just panhandling. He just out there shaking his cup on the side of the road. Like that's what it gives me. You get what I'm saying? It's not giving strategic strategy. I'm gonna try to get this belt and then fight this person and then try to, even if you trying to cherry pick, but you're not even doing that, bro. You're ducking out of the fight. You're ducking out the whole fight because you got bed bug bites. And then you running around on the internet. So it's just annoying. Bro, it's annoying. And then you know what's crazy, Key? Can you tell me at what point Auntie Skull got credibility? Because now people believe what he says about Tank. What he's saying about the negotiations. Everybody's
Obviously,
believing
that's
it.
what I'm saying. Obviously, it's some other fights being talked about and discussed. Kid Austin is not a thought right now in the front of Tank's no mind. They don't. He could wait. Like I said, he gonna get in line like the rest of them. That's not a thought right now. There are other fights on the table. Just like I said, the winner versus Williams Zepeda and Lamont Roach is a big fight. That they could set up. Um, um, Another Pitbull Part Two. That's always gonna be there. Um, Anything Shakur, all three of those fights that I just named, or Loma, all four of those fights is way bigger than a Kid Austin versus Tank Davis.
Oh
Okay,
yeah, for sure.
and
For sure.
they will sit him down. And Oscar ain't gonna say nothing because Oscar gonna get his money.
And Oscar probably don't even want Kid Austin to fight Tank either.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised about that because remember he didn't want Ryan to fight Tank.
I wonder why though.
Because you know.
Because Ryan can take L's. You feel me? Like Ryan trash. He a YouTube fighter. He an underwear model. Ryan doesn't have an expectation to have to win. So Ryan can fight all the top fighters and take L's. He gonna be praised for it. Oh, Ryan don't duck no smoke. Blah blah blah. You know how they gonna do. So I don't know why Oscar didn't want Ryan to fight Tank. I don't know why.
I wouldn't look. Because it was Tank. That's
After
a. I mean,
Drake
look at what
say,
happened, and he was trying to really build Ryan Garcia up. I mean, think about it. If Ryan would have beat Tank, with the superstardom that would have been following this man right now. I mean, like, but and think about it. Is Oscar De La Hoya's team has been taking a couple of L's over the past couple of years from Ryan Garcia, Zordo, his other guy,
well, he
shoot, not
key, but
Rocha.
he's building up these mid tier Mexican key.
But that's his bread and butter though, 2 cents. Because one thing about it, Golden Boy, whether they have it in California, Arizona,
See how he did with
Texas,
Makia.
but
You see
that's his bread and butter though. The Mexican fan base, the Hispanic fan base is always gonna show up to Oscars fights. Whether it's
and
in
Virgil Ortiz
Cali,
ain't never been a champion, Key. Virgil Ortiz has never been a champion, yet he was Boots in his biggest fight.
yep, and it's still that way.
And then you got Juan Garcia, who just became a champion. He just got a championship. Like Oscar, the Oscar be building these Mexican fighters up. They don't care about them getting no championships. They never say. I never heard them say, well, "Virgil not even a champion." I don't hear people saying that. That's wild. That's
Yeah.
wild. But it's plenty of big fights for Tank to make. And you said you hearing whispers about which ones?
I'm hearing. I just heard about the Shakur one today from Tank, but I've heard about the winner of Lamont Roach versus Cepeda. I heard about Loma. If Loma's gonna step back in the ring, I think Loma trying to canvas the landscape right now. Y'all know how Loma do. And then Tank. Okay. That Kid Austin, and then but that's like a way down the line. Oh, and Pitbull Cruise. I heard about those. And then I heard about Shakur today. But I for sure heard about the winner versus Lamont Roach versus Zapata. I did hear that. I did hear that. I
So how
did.
do you see? Oh, and that'll be a unification
Exactly. Yes.
because Lamont Roach is a Zapata fight. How do you see the Lamont Roach Zapata fight going?
I think Lamont Roach gets him. I think that is his I think he's not gonna make the same mistake that he did with Pitbull Cruz with trying to be styling, and you know what I'm saying. I think he really becomes
I
because
think
the
that's how
pay. You said what, 2 cents? You're going in and out.
I said I think that's how.
No, but I don't. I think that this is different though because Zapata throws a 14,000 punches a a fight. You feel me? Like Zapata has a very high gas tank. You understand? So I think this, and he can clip Lamont Roach just like he clipped Tevin Farmer. You feel me? So I could see Lamont fighting a very cautious fight with Zapata. We know for a fact Zapata gonna be coming forward. We already know that. We know Zapata gonna be just throwing, 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 throwing. We already know that. The question is, what is Lamont Roach game plan going to be to counteract that? Because yeah, he throw 14,000 shots. You're not gonna be able to duck all of those punches. You gonna get hit with something. But I think Lamont is going to fight a very cautious fight. And I think he'll be able to pull it off.
I think we're looking at another draw key because I don't know if I just can't picture the fight in my head. Because what if Zapata's not throwing as many punches because he's getting timed and countered? Because Lamont Roach is a very good catch and shoot inside pocket fighter. See, I don't know why
Hmm.
people kept saying Lamont Roach was gonna go outbox Pitbull. Lamont Roach is not a boxer.
No,
He's
I
not a
never said
boxer.
that. I
He's
said that's a
a
very
pocket.
interesting fight. I said that's a very, and I think Zepeda versus Lamont Roach is a very interest. That's a very interesting style matchup. I didn't know that I needed it until it was announced. I'm like, wow, that is a very interesting fight because Lamont doesn't have Shakur's defense. And you know what I'm saying? But Lamont is a good boxer. I would never take that away from him. But I think he's gonna fight a very cautious fight with Zepeda. I think he is, Two Cents. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think he's gonna fight very cautious with Zepeda. Try to slow him
But
down.
Zepeda, I think Zepeda don't really got no pop like that. So he may feel like he can get a little reckless enough. Because you know, Lamont got a little pop. He got a little pop. I mean, he ain't knocking folks out, but he got a little pop. He was able to keep Pitbull a little honest. Um, so we'll see. How is Zepeda's chin? Didn't he get knocked down by Tevin Foreman?
Um, Shoot, that was such a minute. Yes, 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 yes. I think so. Yes, but that's been the only one that's really been technically able to keep up with on the first fight at least, which a lot of people feel as though Tevin Farmer was robbed. That was really like the only one.
Yeah, I think Tevin beats Zepeda for sure. For sure. So what else is new with the T, Key? What else you got?
So I think we should go into this is a great segue. Um, Turkey Al Sheik is saying that he is suffering from memory loss. He could be he is looked like he has some medical things going on with him. Now, if y'all don't remember when Turkey came into the game, he said that he had cancer, I
I
believe.
remember, Keith, I remember I asked, is Turkey still sick?
Right. So that's when he came in. Now I guess it went into remission. I'm not sure. But now the newest rumor is today, ever since he put out that about his memory, and I'm gonna read what he said. There is a rumor about
He should not be handling multi-million-dollar deals, Keith. He shouldn't be
that's what
working
they
in this
want.
condition. Go ahead.
That's what they want. Well, the thing is, what they said was, I'll do my best to do a meeting soon between my brothers Dana, Nick, Frank, Eddie, and my partners and friends at the Zone to make peace and revolution for boxing. I hope I succeed and boxing fans see the white smoke rise from the chimney. I want to do it before losing my memory. I'm afraid in 2028 or 2029, I'll forget my name. Now, I'm not wishing nothing bad on nobody. I don't do that. You feel me? I don't do any of that. But I'm a little, like okay.
So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, okay, listen, that's cool, but it just makes me feel like you shouldn't be doing this then. If you're losing your memory, how can you be losing? How can you be handling contracts and deals and negotiations if you're losing your memory? How can you, like, what? You know, you're in no condition to be doing this. This shit is stressful as hell, Turkey. But hey, it is what
And
it
the
is.
people that he named outside of Nick and Dana, the other ones, Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn and people at the Zone, they have double crossed within the past several months. So now it's like you trying to right your wrongs, and I get that. But again, you came in guns a blazing, waving the fofo, kicking down the door, and now all of a sudden, you need them. That is like the complete irony. Like,
You think
wow,
that's what's happening? You think that he needs them, or he trying to trick,
absolutely.
or is he trying to trick them again?
No, he needs them. I think they know what time it is.
What does
I
he
think
need
they
them
know what
for?
time it is.
What does he
Listen,
need? What does he need them for though?
the fighters, they need the fights. These are big money fights. Have we heard anything about a Riyadh season card in September? For the past couple years, they have been putting on Riyadh season cards in September. Have we heard anything about that recently?
I
Don't
thought
worry, I'll
Anthony
wait.
Joshua was supposed to be fighting on the Riyadh season card. Ain't that the
No,
season card Riyadh?
Eddie said that Anthony, he got rights to Anthony. Anthony is with Eddie. Remember, I told you, when Eddie re-signed Anthony, Anthony Joshua, he gave Anthony, I think, some stake into the company, like some shares or something like that. Like he really put Anthony Joshua on. You feel me? To solidify that. No, that ain't happening. Unless Eddie say it's gonna be a joint co-promotion. Just like what Oscar De La Hoya is suing for. Oscar sent not suing, but he sent a cease and desist with the Ryan Garcia and Conor Benn fight to Dana White and them regarding them trying to co-promote it. It's not no co-promotional fight. Who do y'all think y'all are? This is my fighter. You see what I'm saying? But Conor signed his life away and fought on that card with Regis Prograis. So that's where we at. He left Eddie and went with Dana Zufano. They going, hey Gecko Kid, they gonna miss Turkey when he's gone. I think that will be.
Who
I
is
think it'll
they?
be
You
split.
talking about who's gonna miss Turkey when he's gone? Who?
Exactly. I think it'll be split. I don't think people really. Uh, I don't think it's gonna be that deep. Because you would have thought the way that people have been taking up for Snack, that when what's his name Victor Conte passed, it would have been an absolute memorial on social media and everything else. Ain't nobody said nothing about it. And again, God rest his soul. I don't wish death for nothing like that, no illness or anything on anybody. But I just find it, for the past 3 years, me being in these boxing spaces, I've been hearing one of the main conversations was about Victor Conte and Snack, and so many people taking up for him. But them same people, I didn't see a rest in peace or nothing. So I think it's gonna be the same thing with Turkey.
Man, I ain't worried about. Listen, that's fine. I don't know. I don't know why people like. I don't know what people want people to say. Like, just because you sick, like, is that supposed to change anything? Like, we already knew you was sick when you came into boxing. Remember, Turkey was sick, and he was just a fan of boxing, and he's sick, and he got a lot of money in his fights he want to see that he want to put on. Like, that was the whole narrative when he first came into boxing. And then all of a sudden, I was like, damn, is Turkey still sick? Remember, I was asking, I was like, y'all, is Turkey still sick? Does
Hmm.
anybody know? And then now you're sick again. When you know what I'm saying, like, and that's fine. I don't give a I don't it's none of my concern, to be honest with you, if he's sick or how long he gonna be here or his memory. It doesn't, it's not. Your presence here has actually done what exactly, Key? What has Turkey's presence done in boxing? What would you say?
I think it's a I think it's a double-edged sword. Y'all, I think it's a double-edged sword. On one hand, you have somebody that is, I would never be upset for fighters getting paid, right? And him, we can't deny that he has done co-promotional fights with the PBC, with having Golden Boy fighters on there and everything else. So that's that one side. But then the other side, you have the polarizing figure, the one that is backdoor and doing backdoor deals, the one that is being having some vicious claims against him about fighters pay, or not even fighters pay, just anything. Now with the sanctioning bodies, him, trying to basically corner the boxing market and pretty much do what they want. So it's a double-edged sword. Hey, J Man, it's a double-edged sword for me, quite honestly, when it comes to
What
Turkey.
about crashing the U.S. market,
Oh yeah,
inflating
that too. Yeah, and then
inflating
I
the
would
fighters
never.
purses, trying to sneak and make still fighters for poaching fighters from promoters. Um, yeah, it's just a lot of stuff. Bro. It's a lot. It's a lot more harm than good, in my opinion.
Definitely is. And again, unfortunately, because Turkey is working with some of these guys' favorite fighters, they see that he can do no wrong. But if it was Al, again, I'm always say, if this was Al Heyman that we were talking about, my goodness, My goodness, like the lawsuits that's engulfed that Zufa and TKO, all this stuff that they're engulfed with, which Turkey and all of them do sit on boards and stuff of these companies. Um, man, it make Al Heyman look like a damn cabbage patch kid.
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. It
Like
make
oh my
Al, it,
god.
it make it make Al it makes the shit that Dana and Turkey and them are doing. It makes boxing corruption look like favoritism. Like
Hmm.
it's levels above the shit that we think is corruption. It's levels above that. I mean, it's because you know what's happening, Key, is people are ignoring what we're saying, right? We come on here, we read the paperwork, we tell them what's going on, and they like, you know, like we're speaking from a place of emotion or we're guessing. Like we're literally up here reading you paperwork, we reading you lawsuits, we reading you board meeting minutes. we're giving you all of these straight facts, and it's like y'all just completely ignore them and continue to go on with your emotion. Kind of like frequent. We was just you missed it. I don't know if you was here when we was talking about this whole Zuffa and the belt situation about how they're not even licensed to throw fights for people with belts. They don't even have the correct licensing. So when Mauricio Suleiman was saying as long as they follow the rules and frequent, I was asking you what rules is it that they need to follow. That should have been the question. Everybody just jumped out the window and was like, oh, they can work with sanctioning bodies. Well, now we know that that's not true. They never had any intention on working with sanctioning bodies because they don't have the things in place to even be able to work with them. So they was just going to run around and keep letting that narrative float around that it's the sanctioning bodies that's being difficult, and they trying to put out a image as if they really trying to work with them and make it work and make these fights happen type of thing, and it's just simply not true.
Absolutely. Hey, frequent. Hey, Big Dog Willie
To
said.
the sport, and he's fractured it.
Big Dog Willie said making
He's
promoters.
fractured it even more.
Big Dog Willie said making promoters work with each other. Tankomaniacs are terrible. Okay, Big Dog Willie. So you mean to tell me when Turkey came in, that was the only time that promoters worked with each other? Come on, y'all. Y'all got to stop this. Y'all, y'all don't say anything about the lawsuits that we've been reading down that Two Cents and I have been covering for the past several months of the things that this man we real deal reading court documents. Y'all say nothing. Y'all silent. Y'all run away. You feel me? But then when it comes to this type of talk, that's when y'all got so much to say. I don't see any honor and integrity in that. I'm sorry. I just don't. Like, come on, man. We reading a lawsuit every. It seemed like every 2 to 3 weeks we reading something that they done did, y'all. I don't know who's worse, Dana and Turkey and Zuffa and TKO, or Floyd Mayweather at this point. Who worse right now?
What is the T on Floyd?
Oh
Floyd
my
came out Key and said
God,
he ain't got no
Floyd.
damn felonies. They lying, Key. He said they
Floyd,
lying.
Floyd. No, they're not. They are pressing. They have filed. This is about the watch. So it will be looked at as a bounce of fraud check. Like he bounced a check for so many hundreds of thousands of dollars. And then now this company called, and let me read it so that people don't think that I'm making this up. But Floyd has another lawsuit today. Oh my God, he is being sued for $4.65 million. And they are claiming that that it was for the fight for Mike Tyson and Manny Pacquiao. That basically that it was a scam. Okay, like he's like they're alleging scamming, and they're actually trying to block the Mike Zambitas fight on June 27th because he's not honoring the contract. So they're claiming also fraud. Okay, so
Hold on. Let me read this real quick because Freak was so slow, bro.
okay,
Like I don't even understand. He says no at 2 cents boxing. The WBO requires that a promoter registers with them to become a WBO licensed promoter. Has nothing to do with the WBC. What narrative are you spinning now? Is that what I said, Key?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I didn't think so. Go ahead.
So what they're alleging with Floyd is they filed a 6-page motion in New York, okay? For people that's thinking that this is a lie. And they're trying, first it was a restraining order to stop Floyd's fight in June 27th and stopping him from facing anyone before honoring his contract fight with Mike Tyson, okay? They're also attempting to stop the Manny Pacquiao fight. So, and if you guys recall, there is Pacquiao's team has came out and confirmed that Floyd Mayweather did take upfront money, okay, for the Pacquiao fight. He did take, and now it's being alleged that he also got an advance for the Mike Tyson fight as well.
Is
Now
he not
that's
gonna fight him?
I have no idea. So if this stands in court, what they just filed against him, if this stands in court, then it's looking like he has a decision to make, like which one you gonna fight, because they're trying to stop the June fight and they're trying to stop the Pacquiao fight.
But Key,
So
why they just won't let him fight if he owe y'all money? That don't make sense.
I think if you are, I think it has, maybe it has something to do with what they put in the contract. 2 cents. I'm not sure. I didn't see the contract. I just saw the motion paperwork file. I didn't see the contract of what Floyd has said. It appears that he probably, from what it's looking like, it appears that he told three promotional companies or three management teams something different, and they trying to get a hold on it. Like, wait a minute, now you promised, you signed for this fight, so you need to fight. You know what I'm saying? This person, because at first it was supposed to be, if you guys remember, Floyd was supposed to fight Tyson in like March or February or something like that. Then it got pushed back, right? Then he took the Zambitas fight with the kickboxer, whoever, I don't follow Zambitas, for June. That's going to be in Greece, if I'm not mistaken. And then the Manny Pacquiao and Floyd part two was supposed to be in like September or October. But they also came out and said that the Tyson fight too was supposed to be around that time. So it's appearing that Floyd maybe has taken on too much, and they like, yo, are you really trying to fight? Because they're alleging fraud and scamming. So not me. That's what the company that is called CSI, like the TV show. Okay, so it says they want the Floyd Mayweather contract, the Floyd and Manny fight in September, but Floyd's contract with CSI must come first, which was supposed to be in September. Exactly. So he double booked. It sounded like he was supposed to be
Oh, he just
fighting.
booking shit to get advances.
Exactly. That's what it's looking like. So they are suing for that money back. That's what it looks like. The 4.65 million.
What is
For
Floyd thinking, Key?
I don't know what's going on with Floyd. I'm so
Do
nervous
he
for
got
him.
CTE or something? Something else?
I'm so nervous. No, it sounds like desperation, friend. It sounds like desperation.
He going to jail, Key.
What?
He going to jail. Like this shit he keep doing, he's going to jail. Like you can't. It's you already been. He been doing too much scamming, Key. He's gonna end up in jail, Key. Think about all the scamming shit we've been reading about Floyd.
Yeah, it's getting bad. So, oh, and now it's being alleged that the reason why he is suing, now this is just what I heard, that the reason why he is suing Showtime is not because they took away that money. What they're saying is that Floyd spent all that money and that it was Al Heyman who had to give Floyd an advancement for the Manny Pacquiao fight, and then he blew it. Now that's what the newest rumor is. The rumor is that Al
That's
Heyman,
ain't that exactly what he's doing now, Key?
That's what it looks like. Hey, Thomas, good to see you. Yeah, that's what it's looking like. That's what it's looking like. So that's what I'm hearing about Floyd. Trying it's so many. It's let me tell y'all, this is hard with Floyd because every week, right, 2 cents.
For
It's like
months, Key. For
yes,
months.
like we've been reading different lawsuits in my 2 cents have been reading it. I've been reading it, and it's so hard to really stay on top of it all ever since it kicked off back in January, February. Like it's been so hard to keep everything in line and keep it separate for how many litigation he has. Like his lawyers are working overtime. Like my goodness. And then with the child's mother situation with his youngest child, that came out, he's gonna have to pay her $33,000 a month. I'm like, damn, for what? What is it?
He can't afford that.
Lord have mercy. What is the child? It's a baby. What do they need 33 stacks for?
A
What is he
month.
doing? What is the baby doing? When have you ever like what?
But
What?
how long do you think you can get away? How long you think Floyd been scamming, Key? It's just now,
Um
kids. Obviously, for a while, right? Al Heyman must have been taking care of Floyd, Key. Al must have really been taking care of Floyd. Cause soon as he left Al, it's been all downhill.
I think that Floyd has been trying. I think that Floyd has been trying to double his money. And I think that Floyd has been living above his means for a while now. And it appears, if I look at the timeline of 2017, 2018, up until about 2023 or so, when he got linked up with that Jonah guy, that federal informant who just went down, who got Floyd into that real estate deal in New York, it seemed like that's when everything kind of went haywire. That's why Floyd is now trying to sue him. And it's like, Floyd, like, how you didn't see you invested 300 million with this dude. You feel me? Like if we like I'm gonna keep saying this. If we add up these numbers, ladies and gentlemen, let's take out Showtime, the 345 million, however much he trying to sue Showtime for. But let's just keep it on the litigation parts, right? From
Even
the
that might have
fuel,
been a scam, Key. He might be
it
trying to
might
just
have
get a
been.
settlement.
Exactly. So if we take away the Showtime lawsuit and we just look at the litigation parts, the other parts of everything, we're talking about over $400 million. I hope y'all understand that. We're talking some big money. We're talking the New York State properties with Jonah that he's alleging he was scammed for. Sorry, we're talking about the jet fuel. We're talking about jewelry. We're talking about tax liens. The other day I read.
Apartments.
Yep. The other day I read off the tax lien that he owes over 7 million in that. That's now readily available on the internet. We're talking about a lot of money now with this 4.65 million. With this Manny Pacquiao and Tyson situation, we're looking at a lot of money that Floyd is involved with as far as litigation. And I don't know, y'all. I've never seen this for a fighter. I don't think we've probably ever seen something like this since Mike Tyson or Holyfield. But they were able to recoup and get back on their feet. You know what I'm saying? So I'm praying that this is the same situation for
They
Floyd,
wasn't
that he knows.
scamming. Hell no, Key, because he's scamming.
I know
How you
as
gonna get
far as
back on your
scamming and
feet?
fraud, they didn't do that. They just blew their money. But he's scam, like it appears what they are alleging, all these people are alleging fraud and scam. And if he's not careful, he could be going to jail. Yes.
I think we're beyond. I think we're beyond. He if he not careful. He already got his jet stole by them people, Key. How you take that man? How you take somebody $13 million jet? No paperwork, nothing. Ain't nothing they could do about it. I don't
Mm.
know who Floyd got himself mixed up, involved with, or whatever, but we'll see how it work out, Key. We'll see how it all work out. What else you got?
So yeah, I'm praying that Floyd get up out of this because I'm really concerned. Like I've never seen nothing like this before. within the sport. I've never seen um anything like this. What Floyd is going through. Like this is pretty serious. This is very serious. What he's going through, man.
I told
And
y'all Floyd was scamming all this. I'm like, Key, this man is scamming, Key. This is crazy. And don't forget about the franchise stuff, Key. Don't forget about the taking loans against your businesses and not paying them back. Don't forget about the strip club. Don't forget about the real estate.
yeah, it's a lot. This man then did a man. He's doing a lot. He's definitely doing. Man, I never seen anything like this in boxing ever. So that's why I keep saying I don't know who's worse right now, Floyd or Dana. Them. I don't know because the lawsuits and cease and desist keep coming for everybody. Like everybody getting everything. Everybody getting hit. Another thing that I wanted to bring up, and I think if this goes through, we're gonna have to see what boxing does with it. So the Trump administration is set to roll back and I always butcher this. Please don't laugh at me, y'all. But the testosterone restrictions, and so
Testosterone.
testosterone. Yes, I always get that word wrong. Don't laugh at me, y'all.
You gotta
But
say it in parts. Testosterone.
testosterone, yes. He's looking to roll back that, and it appears that doctors, medical doctors, and scientists are going to fight. So this is going to be a battle. Now it does say this is. You guys can look this up. It's
What?
on. Yes,
Wait, Key. You just not gonna blow by that, Key.
yes. What's up?
Okay. Donald Trump is looking to roll back the testosterone limits.
Yes.
Okay. In what? All sports, combat sports?
It just says for replacement therapy drugs. They're trying to implement it for a type of specific therapy. And if it's made legal federally, then what will that do for sports? Because they've always, so the FDA has been slapping warning labels on medications. Of course, we already know what they're doing in sports with anti doping and getting tested and everything. But now what they're saying is that they want to do that type of therapy to reflect. They're saying now this is Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Okay, the cokehead, our HHS secretary. He says, and I'm quoting, by updating these therapy labels to reflect current evidence, we are giving patients and physicians clearer information, supported informed medical decisions, and improving care for millions of American men. So the doctors, so they're saying
Man,
that
let me
they
say this
use.
real quick, because all
Okay.
RFK doing is getting labels put on shit. All right, that's RFK. What do you listen? RFK talked all this stuff about what he was gonna do and the health and the red dye number 40 and all of this. And every time I hear RFK talking about something, it's about putting a label on something. Like what people already know they eating bullshit. A label is not gonna stop them from eating it. But my bad, he just irritates me because he
No,
made
he
it
does.
seem
He
like he
irritates me too because he's not even in the medical field. That's why I don't understand why he's even talking. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to say that testosterone does not do anything to the heart, doesn't do anything. There was a link, a correlation between testosterone and prostate cancer in men. So they're trying to basically say, hey, no, none of these things are happening, and they're trying to make it legal. So I'm curious to see how this, if they do, because we know how Trump and them get down, how they've been getting down with some of this stuff. um, they just do it. So if they are successful with rolling back the testosterone levels, what is that going to be the implications for in sports? Because it's no longer a federal guideline or parameter set in place that stipulates it for sports, including boxing. We know that we have a doping, you know what I'm saying, that boxers be doping and everything. So what is now going to happen with this if they roll this back? So I'm going to follow this. See what they're talking about. It just came out today, but it is on the docket, ladies and gentlemen. Testosterone could be made legal within the United States, and this could have huge implications for sports, including
Well,
boxing.
they're for sure gonna make it legal, and I'm gonna tell you why. Now that I'm thinking about this, there's been such a push about testosterone over the last couple years. I'm thinking about all the men I've been seeing in the media, the older men, and they all buff and swole, talking about how they on TRT, and yeah, I could see it. Now that you saying this, and I'm looking back, there's been a push. There's been a like a campaign for this for a while. You see what I'm saying? Like think about the
Yeah.
Joe Rogans. Then you even had Dana White talking about he was doing TRT, and because I watch a lot of health stuff and all of that, and I be seeing these old white men. It's not just old white men, but like the older like fitness people, and they be all swole and they 50 years old, and they talk about TRT, and that shit is like. And this is another thing that lets me know they pushing the key. Because guess what? Once you start testosterone, you can't stop it.
Yes, 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 yes. And then not to mention with everything like this how I feel about it. Is it we don't know what type of cuz therapy replacement can go with anything, right? They can put anything in this. So now like I'll give you guys an example. This GLP one that a lot of people are doing to lose weight. They're now starting to find out that people are having to overeat to keep on weight because they're dropping down drastically. There's people having complications due to the things that are in this drug. You feel me? Because this was a drug for diabetics. Not everybody is diabetic. You feel me? And so you just got to be careful. There's things happening that they're being discussed about bone density and how this can impact osteoporosis. So I'm bringing this up because if they're going to do a major push, which is looking like it may be right, because that's all Trump talks about. He calls them fat loss drugs, right? So if they're going to now start implementing and talking about testosterone, right? And what they're doing, no telling what they're going to be adding into these things, y'all. No telling. You
It's
feel
just gonna
me?
be bad. I see that there's a push, and I've noticed this synthetic hormones and stuff on people.
Mm-hmm.
It's you see it with the transgender thing. You see it with the women with the oh you this the PCOS. Oh you need these synthetic this and synthetic hormone that. You can't play around with synthetic hormones. You like once you start
Yes, you
that,
have to be
you have to
careful.
keep taking it. And then think about it, Keith. Think about how crazy. I'm a woman. Think about how crazy your hormones already make you feel through your cycle. Imagine pumping everybody up with fake hormones, men and women. These people are gonna be insane out here.
Yeah. Yeah,
Is it?
it's gonna be crazy. So I'm gonna keep my eye on this. But if they already putting it out there, and of course the doctors they are fighting back because I do agree there needs to be more research on all of these areas to ensure that before the Trump administration just say nope we're doing it, let's get the research and see what science say. But unfortunately, we have a lot of pseudoscientists in this administration, and not to mention a lot of them are paid by these companies to implement these things. So they're really talking with their wallet. And I'm very concerned about this moving forward. What is that going to mean for the sports? Because if he removes it from federal guidelines, that impacts all sports, ladies and gentlemen. We're
Well,
talking
how like
basketball.
weed could be federal legal, but you still can't pop for weed at your job.
Yeah, maybe they
So
can do it. Maybe they can do it like that. But unfortunately, boxing is not regulated like that. 2 cents. Yeah, they have their drug list and everything else. But if this gets it, and we know that Dana Num is in the pocket of Trump, they in each other's pockets from the reports that we've been reading. Who's to say that Dana's gonna turn a blind eye. We already know that their fighters are not being tested. That was in an article that we read a few months ago. Remember that? They don't have to be tested. Or their results don't have to be revealed either. So who's to say? I don't know. I for me, I think this is going to have huge implications for the sports that I love, which is boxing, basketball, and football. I absolutely love those three sports. And I just don't like this. I really don't. I think that there needs to be more research. I think we need to pump our brakes with this, and let's truly define what that type of therapy will entail, the replacement therapy. Let's truly define that. And then what other synthesis will be added to that? You know what I'm saying? Like, what
Yes,
other
they don't care. It's
things?
gonna be like the whole Ozempic thing, Key. They don't care about finding nothing. We're gonna push this out there, make as money, make billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars, and then just pay whoever the fuck we mess up. And we're lab rats out here, Key. They don't care
It's
about none of this
looking
shit.
like
And
that.
guess what? Do you can do your research, yeah, all you want to. Do you know how the FDA works? Don't get me started with that.
I get it. I get it. I don't. Yeah, because Stefan, that's when they begin to put the link to prostate cancer, heart issues, and then within the sports as well. So that's what kicked it off in the 1990s. Now, if they roll back those things that was put in place since the 1990s, it's gonna be rolled back everywhere. It's gonna be rolled back everywhere. Yeah, aircraft carrier. I love football. Wait, Tank don't like you. Tank like Shakur and Devin more than he like his fans. Big Dog Willie, we're not even talking about Tank, friend.
Big dog Willie, you gotta chill, bro. Like it's
We're
not.
not talking about Tank. Um,
It's yeah. And then Big Dog Willie always be like, and everybody was getting mad, nigga, because you're being annoying. When nobody's mad, Big Dog Willie, we're annoyed with the tank shit. Like we're just relax, just relax, just take a break,
so
take a break.
yes, so I'm gonna keep my eye on this for y'all to see what they do. But as you know how this administration been going, I would say within the next couple months, um, and within the next couple months, we could be seeing testosterone being rolled back, y'all. And let's see how this goes with the sports. Let's see what the football. Let's see what the NFL, the NBA, boxing, tennis, all of these sports come out and say about it. You understand? Next up, because there's a lot of topics I did not get to today. I cannot believe my patience cut up like that today, y'all.
Yeah, well, you're gonna be able to
My
get to them tonight.
God.
But let's real quick before we get to the next topic. I got a question for you, and
What's
I got
up?
a question for the two centers. First of all, y'all support the channel. Hit the $ Cash App 2 cents boxing, or let me know and drop it below your 2 cents in the super chat. And y'all don't forget to hit that membership button and become an official 2 center and join the 2 cents club. Y'all know it's about to go down in members only. Key, question for you real quick, and we're gonna get back to the agenda. Question for the 2 centers: is going to Zuffa, if you just leave traditional boxing, leave the belts behind, leave everything behind, and go to Zuffa, is that saying F your legacy? What do you think, Key? If I'm willing to go to Zuffa, we already know they're not licensed to work with some sanctioning bodies. Some sanctioning bodies say there's certain rules they need to follow that they're obviously not following. Are you leaving legacy behind if you leave and go sign and go fight with Dana White and Zuffa for their Zuffa belt?
Hmm. It depends on what stage you are in your career, right? So, like a Jaleel Hackett, and shout out to Jaleel and his father. Absolutely love them, but they can, you know what I'm saying? But in Africa, I'm looking at you cross-eyed because who is over there that you can not only solidify your legacy is what what you've been saying for the past several months that you want to be this and you want to be that, and then you go up over there where it's a drought for your division. You understand? I think it just depends. Even Devin, I think that'd be unfortunate since you have this elaborate list. You have everybody on there from Boots Ennis to Keyshawn Davis, Shakur, Tank. Who else does he have on there that he said he wanted to fight? Ryan. Ain't none of them up over there. Ain't none of them up over there except for Shakur. I think that would be pursued by Zufa. But outside of that, ain't none of them up over there. So what are we doing? I think it just depends on where you are in your career. You know, like Edwin De Los Santos going up over there is not going to make a major splash. But if again, we gonna keep bringing up Jael Pataya. How you got like how is this gonna work out with David Benavidez? You know what I'm saying? With all of these things in place, I think it just depends on where you are with your career. Yeah, Big Dog Willie, I like Jaleel Hackett. Now it's just with him fighting up over there, I'm not gonna be like, oh, he's chasing greatness. You feel me? No, it's not saying F your legacy if you get the fights with the names like Dev versus Core. But not all of those fighters are going to be able to get that though, T. But not everybody's going to be able to get that. You know what I'm saying? Your legacy can only be determined when your career is completely finished.
I agree.
Yeah,
I
yes,
agree.
but then if Zuffa don't have any fighters, who you gonna be fighting for your you know, when we run down the roster, like we did with Bud, like we do with Canelo, like we do with all these fighters, and we run down the names and everything and say and rank them. Um, if these are people that we don't know, what we going how we ranking them? Like, come on, man.
I mean, I don't know because Zufa was a G League, a D League. It was for the up and coming fighters. It was for the. Now all of a sudden it's like shit. If you go over there, it's cool. You get the bag and do. Like, yeah, I don't know. We'll see how everything play out. We still waiting on announcements, so we'll see what happens. What do you think about people saying that Devin and Shakur could possibly be a one fight deal with Zufa? What do you think about that theory?
No, I think the person who wins will have to fight on there a couple more times.
Okay. All right, what you got next on the agenda? I just want to get your 2 cents about that real quick.
Um, hmm. So the Spence card is stacking up pretty lovely. You have the return of Jamal Charlo, who's fighting Cohen Mazodir, and then Cool Boy Steph is fighting Liam Wilson. So I'm liking this. I just love the return of Jamal Charlo. I'm happy that he's getting back out there. Um, and we'll be we'll be finally, you know what I'm saying, just in the hunt. Now the question that we all, at least I do want to know is, okay, Jamel, where does that leave you? We see your brother Maul. He's gonna be there. He's fighting. Jamel, what's going on? So I'm hoping that Jamel Charlo has some action. I know he's been posting videos and pictures of him also in the ring, sparring and getting ready for something. I would love to see Jamel Charlo on the David Benavidez card that they're going to be having either in September or October. I would love
I
to
thought
see
Jamel
that.
was on Spence undercard. That's the rumor.
No, Jamal is on Spence undercard.
Oh, Jamal. Yeah.
Jamal, yeah, Jamel. I'm hoping that we can get Jamel on the David Benavidez undercard. That will make sense to me. For me to see that, I really want to. I really think that. But I need something from Jamel. Like we got to see him back in the ring. To see what we working
Yeah,
with.
he say PBC keeping him out the ring. I don't know what Jamel
That I don't think
did.
it's the PBC. I think it's him. I ain't gonna lie. I think it's him.
He said it's not him. And then Earl said the reason why PBC don't want to make him a fight because he don't want so much money and he gonna have him in the red.
Well, yeah, it's him. You gotta go with what your, you know what I'm saying, what your worth is. Like, what do you want? I wonder how much he's asking for. That's the question.
I
And
don't
it has
know.
to make sense because if Jamel was to get up and out with Fundora, they would sell out. That's a sellout fight. If Jamel was to get up and out with Virgil Ortiz, that's a sellout fight. So it also depends on who he's trying to fight too. I always said that what the PBC should do is make a Houston, Texas fight or a Dallas, Texas fight with Spence and both Charlos on the undercard. I've always said that. And I've gotten pushback because, oh, nah, they one of them have to lead, be the leader of the event. And I'm like, no. The selling point, well, no offense to the Charlo fans, but it would be Spence in that fight. So he would be the main event. But they will all three of them would do well. Very well. And that would be a sellout car. I mean, you're talking about sold out, it will go down. They could put that where the Houston Rockets play at. I've
I really,
always said
I
that.
really don't know what the hell Oscar and Virgil are doing because Oscar had the opportunity to make a lot of big fights for Virgil, and he don't even have to win them. He Mexican. He can lose. His fan base, they don't care about that type of stuff. He could have fought Spence. He could have fought who you just said, Charlo.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know what Virgil been doing at 154, man. Like seriously.
I think putting all three of them in a Houston, Texas would go crazy. But the thing is, I'm wondering if Mel Charlo is also waiting to see, the Boots versus Xander Zayas fight. See if he might want to get in there because if y'all recall,
Hold
um,
on, T Bud Gopher. You don't get paid because you're a superstar now. That's not how it works.
no, does not work like that.
You
He
got to
hasn't
put
been
them numbers up,
consistent.
bro. If you know with
Yeah.
PBC, that shit not flying. You know that for a fact. You got to put them numbers up. It is dark as hell on this road, y'all. This is insane.
You got your brights on.
Yeah. That's not how it work. Like you a star now. Nah, bro. You got to put them asses in them seats. But yeah, listen. Texas got some fights it could make out here for sure. I don't know why Shakur wouldn't want to fight Oshaki in Texas. Like, why would he want to go to New Jersey when both of y'all train here?
Yep. Yeah, they do. They do. They can do a lot. Like the variety that they have for Texas with all of y'all Texas fighters. Oh my God, they can make a super fight card. In my opinion, that Spence and the Charlo brothers is a super fight card. Like, pack everybody else up and go home. That card is going to sell. It's going to do so well, so well. And I'm praying that there's somebody from the PBC listens to this because I've said this so many times. Like, man, y'all would do very well to put on that card in Texas. Y'all know the Texas folks in here, y'all know that would shut it down. Y'all know that would shut
All
it
the
down.
way, all the way. Yeah, I'm not driving, y'all. My husband driving, so y'all talking about be careful. Put the high beams on. I ain't driving.
Hey, Mr.
Um.
Greg.
Oh, I know, but I thought y'all would agree. No, I don't agree. I don't play the superstar game, but I'm a superstar, so I get to ask for this amount of money. I already know that's not how it works. And you know for sure PPC not playing that shit. What else we got on the agenda, Key?
Exactly. And Mel been out for how long now? Mel been out for how long now? Like, come on, y'all. Y'all should already know. Like, it's not gonna work that way. It's definitely not gonna work that way. But I'm gonna continue to follow it with Jamel Charlo. I'm very concerned. I just want him back in the ring, but I'm very excited to see Jamal Charlo back in action. I'm very, very excited to see that. I'm very happy about that. Anytime the Charlos get it back in, it's amazing. Like, for real, for real. I like the Charlos, and it's boxing is more fun with them involved. Boxing is definitely more fun with them involved. Let me see what else I have. Um, that we can talk about. Oh, so this has went So this just went viral. So Shakur Stevenson the other day, yesterday, wasn't it? Or was it Wednesday? One of the two. He posted a picture of the scale in which said that he was at 144. Now, as you guys know, Devin has agreed to fight Shakur Stevenson at a catchweight at 144, but with no rehydration clause. I'm in Chicago, Big Dog Willie, with no rehydration clause. Sorry, y'all, my dogs are loud. So now Shakur posts that picture, and a lot of people feel as though it's split. Some people feel as though, oh, see, Shakur is at that weight. Some people, hey, go on. Sorry, you guys. Some people feel as though Shakur is trolling. Some people feel as though Shakur is trolling. Sorry. Some people feel as though Shakur um, is ready for Devin, that this could be a confirmation and everything else. What do y'all think? He posted it. It was on Instagram and it showed 144. Some people think that he's lying, that it was his fiance, his wife that did that.
What was
So
the point of
what do y'all
posting
think?
it though? What was the point of posting it though?
You said what?
I don't understand why. I don't understand why he posted. Like, you get what I'm saying? What is the point of you posting it? Like, either negotiations or you're not. I don't understand it. You're saying Bill not talking to you, y'all not negotiating, and you don't know nothing, but yet you're posting a picture of yourself at 144 pounds. Why? Am I overthinking it?
No, you're not. You're not. But I think he's just doing it too, because right now he feel as though he's came out and said that he's the villain, that he's the best fighter in the world and all this other stuff. So I think Shakur pretty much feeling himself and is trying to troll. I don't think it was for Devin though. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I would be very shocked if we was to see Devin versus Shakur next. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm not sure about that. No, Rick. Gucci passed away a couple months ago. You didn't see my post? Gucci passed. My baby gone, man. My dog, she left me. And I was in a funk for a minute because you know, and a couple of other people know, man. Gucci was my right hand man, man. My Shih Tzu. Um, was he trying to infer he walking around at 144? We know that's not true. I'm not. I know exactly. I don't know if he's getting ready for something or what. But I just found it to be very interesting because if y'all remember, he's done stuff like this before where he'll post up, his weights and everything. When it come to these fights that people want to make. But 144 is 147. I just don't understand why Shakur just won't move up. I'm not understanding that. Hey, no evidence. Thank you guys. Yeah, Gucci was, man. Y'all know Gucci was my road dog, man. She passed of kidney failure, something that Shih Tzus get. And I didn't even know my baby was sick until the last minute. So yeah, I got her cremated. She's on my stand and everything. So I miss my baby tremendously. I have five, now I'm down to four dogs, breeding four dogs. Come on. So Key, he was trolling Bill. I don't he could have been trolling. I wouldn't put that past him. I wouldn't put that past him. But don't get the people hopes up like, oh my God, we finna get Devin versus Shakur finally. I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I highly doubt that we get Shakur versus Devin next. It doesn't look like it. The way that these talks and to reiterate Bill's comment. Bill is funny. Bill has been cracking me up all week. Bill Haney has came out and said, um
Interview. I
yes, in
mean,
this interview.
I can't get enough of it.
He said that the WBO was giving them time to make the Haney versus Shakur before they order Keyshawn as a mandatory. Um, he's also, I mean, it's the same thing. Like they are really on it with Shakur Stevenson. Can I ask you something, Two Cents? Have we ever seen a pursuit like this when it came to
What's up?
Devin versus Tank Davis? Have we ever seen that?
No, we've never seen this.
Has we ever, have Bill and them ever
I
cut
don't.
up like this?
Never, never.
What do you
What
think
you
that
think? What you
means?
thinking?
What do you? Because I want to know
I
what you
just think
think.
it
Because
means
I
it's
think,
either it's either it's either playing games or desperation. It's one of the two.
mm,
But I mean,
but why
I don't
not?
think it's
But why not
desperation because I
pursue
really
it?
don't see. I don't see Bill. I don't know though. I can't. I don't know, man. I want to say I don't see Bill. I don't think Bill would. I don't. But I don't know. I mean, Bill seemed like he'll do anything to get to where he need to get for the most part. So I can't even tell you, Key. Once everything plays out, then I'll be able to kind of like hindsight and be like, oh, okay. But right now, I can't decode the agenda, Key.
No, what I find interesting, what I find interesting is that they didn't go for Tank like that. Like, yeah, Bill had his jokes. Bill had his jokes, you know what I'm saying? How they had key on Tank, made fun of him and everything else. But the way that for Stevenson, I haven't seen this from Bill. I don't. I think the last time I've seen them heavily pursue someone was Loma, and it wasn't even like that. So
You said
I
Loma?
am, yeah, it was Loma. That's the last one that I've seen them, you know what I'm saying, put this much energy into. But with Tank, I've never seen that with Tank. They would make jokes and everything else. But when Tank pulled their card, nothing was said. And now with Shakur, they trying to do everything in their power. And they going overboard, in my opinion. I just didn't see the same energy. Nobody finds that weird.
I find it very weird. And I've been saying that. Why is he so public with this? Why is he on the internet asking Keyshawn questions, fishing for information? Like, why don't you know this stuff, Bill? Why are you asking Najee to call people and ask them questions? You know what I'm saying? How you know Bill Haney ain't give Najee them questions to ask the WBO president? Like, he just been fishing for information. Look like trying to get people to say something to give him some type of information about something.
And let me say this. If Shakur Stevenson, and I know this is gonna piss off a lot of Shakur fans, but if Shakur Stevenson does fight Devin Haney, right? Which I doubt again. I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon, or at least within the next few months, what they're trying to do. But if they were to do this, this is gonna be the second fight that he has taken away from Keyshawn Davis. And Keyshawn is gonna have to make up his mind on what he's trying to do because, like, bruh, this the second bag now. You feel me? This the second big bag. T.O. versus Keyshawn would have been a big bag. Devin versus Shakur is gonna be a big bag. Now this is the second time he done took food off your table, Keyshawn. Like, come on now. I don't like that. And I saw someone say, well then they can be stripped. Shakur, they can be stripped and everything. And Keyshawn just fight for the vacant belt. Really? Because there's still always gonna be a question mark about Keyshawn's talent. You know what I'm saying? If he's trying to fight all these elite
Well,
guys,
Keyshawn only 15 fights in though, so it's kind of like a. I mean, I don't know. Keyshawn is still like he's still
wet
building
between the
up.
ears. He's still wet between the
Yeah,
ears.
yeah. And you know how
I
top rank
mean,
build they fighters. They not just finna throw them in there like that. They top rank don't do that with their fighters.
but I just don't like it though. I don't like it. What George Bush say? fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. It's not gonna happen the third time. I just hope that because I continue to think that Keyshawn, he wants to be this big star and he's saying all this stuff and bigging himself up. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I just don't like the fact that, you know what I'm saying, you saying all these things, but you just want to be in the shadow. It appears, in my opinion, that this person, anytime you have a fight lined up and they call out Shakur Stevenson, then next thing you know, Shakur get that fight and you just left in the dust. Like, I don't like stuff like that, y'all. Like, I'm sorry.
I
If
mean, they
Shakur don't want to do it, Devin will
both
defend with
experienced.
Keaton.
So
You said what
they
too,
both
since you
with
going
Jay
in and out,
Prince, you know what I'm
Queen.
saying? Oh, my signal bad. I'll be right back. Key, can you
I
hear
can hear
me?
you now.
Okay, yeah, my signal be going in and out. They both with Jay Prince, Key, so I don't think neither one of them are just blind to what's going on.
I just don't trust it. I just don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't. If Shakur was to fight Devin, that's gonna be the second fight that Shakur has taken off the table for Keyshawn Davis. And I don't like it. I don't, because then at 147, okay, he could fight a Brian Norman Jr. That'd be a fun fight to watch while it lasts. And then what? Ryan Garcia ain't gonna tell Ryan, that ain't gonna do nothing for Ryan. Keyshawn, you know what I'm saying? Not right now. They could try to build it, but that ain't gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really wouldn't make sense. What, Rolly? Nah. Like, I feel bad for Keyshawn. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Like, everybody's
I don't.
overlooking them. Everybody's talking
He
about
put
Devin
himself
versus Shakur. Huh?
he put himself in that. He's cool with the position he's in. He don't seem to have a problem with it.
Mm,
You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
like. I don't like it. I think it's bogus, friend.
I don't like it either. I don't like the whole my brother thing. Like it's cool if it's maybe one person, but you got it's not even cool. But I'm saying like you got too many brothers. Like you got too many people that you so connected to. You know what I'm saying?
Correct. Correct. Now, do you think? Let's say, um, let's say, that Devin and Shakur doesn't go through, and Devin drops the belt instead of fighting Keyshawn. Will that make Devin a duck? Talk to me, y'all. Devin fans there, the Avengers. Answer me that. Will that make Devin a duck?
What was your question?
If Devin drops the belt instead of fighting Keyshawn Davis, does that make him a duck?
If Devin drops the belt, I would say no. I would say no. They clearly want to fight Shakur. They've been wanting to fight Shakur. They was wanting to fight Shakur before the mandatory was called. So how am I a duck for continuing to pursue what I originally was planning to do? You know?
Ah, hmm. He said, do I feel Rolly is more popular than Keyshawn? Yeah. Yeah, I do. I think so. I think Rolly has had more successful outings than Keyshawn Davis has. Keyshawn has only done what, two headlines, and Rolly has done what, three, four, and people always show up. So yes, I do believe that Rolly is a little bit more popular than Keyshawn, but it's not by a lot though. It's not by a lot. Um, Look. If this is gonna be the second time he done this, I'm calling it now. If Devin does not fight Keyshawn Davis, if the Shakur fight falls through, then Devin is a duck. If he drops that belt instead of fighting Keyshawn Davis, he's a duck. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I have to. I have to say that. I have to. Key, what if Devin drops the belt and don't fight Keyshawn or Shakur? Is that a double duck? Yes. Hey to the beautiful queen, Miss Joette. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I got a feeling I wouldn't be surprised if something like that was to happen. And again, we going over what 16, 17 months that we are not getting anything about Devin versus Ryan Garcia. I'm surprised that he's not pursuing that like the way he's pursuing Shakur Stevenson. Nobody's talking about that. Like he's not putting all that energy up into that fight with Ryan Garcia. He got his blinders on. He don't see nobody. He don't even want to go he don't even want to go to Mexican restaurants. You feel me? That's how much he just done with Ryan Garcia. Yeah, he got to fight either or. I feel that way too, Hannibal. Like you gotta give me something. And I'm not sure that Devin is up to the task. Again, it would look worse. It's worse if he was to get beat by Keyshawn rather than him beating Keyshawn, in my opinion, because that's what he's supposed to do. If we were to get the Devin and Keyshawn announcement tomorrow, Devin will be the favorite. You feel me? And I think Devin beats Keyshawn, by the way. Devin isn't fighting Core.
Yeah, that's why I believe that too. I believe Devin beats Keyshawn too.
I've yet to see Devin duck anyone. Oh, Hannibal, you'll get there, honey. You'll get there. Um, why not aircraft? Devin better fight Ryan, Keyshawn, or Shakur. If he fight Barboza or Catterall, he a duck. Well, Tucson's been saying he gonna fight Jack Catterall. I could see that happening too. And Bill will just finesse it like he always do and say, nobody want to see he Debo. He Debo, y'all. Everybody scared of Debo. That's all he gonna say. Yeah, exactly. No evidence. He ducked Rolly. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. Everybody forgets about Rolly because people think when they think of Rolly, they think of, you know what I'm saying, the little school bus. You feel me? Rolly a little, you know. Um, but I think they did that on purpose because that would have been Devin would have been a favorite in that fight. And I think Rolly would have clipped Devin. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I think Devin is. I mean, I think Rolly is awkward enough to clip Devin. I'm not gonna lie. Now, when I'm not sure, but clip him
Nobody
absolutely. I
clip him.
cannot hear you. For your
Bro.
2 cents, 2 cents. You're going in and out, friend. Computer
All
love.
right, wait till I'm gonna come back when my signal get up.
Okay.
I'll be back when my signal get better.
Devin did not duck Rolly. Yes, he did. People in core camp already said that. Said what, Big Dog Willie? PBC trying to pay Devin with their piggy bank. No, he. You gotta put back up the shirtless. Me right. I gotta put that back up. Yes. Devin did not. He did duck him. Everybody know that Devin duck Rolly, baby. That's done. Thank you, Thomas Hill. Thank you. People in what did they already say? Because I'm not sure what Shakur's camp said about that whole situation. I'm not sure about what they said with that. Um, but I do believe that that Devin did. Thank you, Mr. Greg. I like I said, I can't say I've said that Devin has the can fight cautious against Rolly. To pull out a 12. You know what I'm saying? To pull it out for 12 rounds. But I do believe that Rolly clips Devin like bad. Like I do believe that I do believe that Rolly clips him. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Now another fight that Devin could pursue, but I don't think is bringing enough money for him, would be Africa. Now that's a high level fight. Boring, absolutely boring, an absolute snooze fest. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be in the chat like, no evidence. Aircraft, Rick, what I miss? I'm gonna be asleep by the second round. Wake up at 9. Like, damn, what just happened? Y'all know that fight gonna be boring. Oh my god. Y'all know I've F's with Africa. That's one of my favorite pure boxers in the game right now. I like Africa. But that's a boring fight, bruh. Oh my god, that's so boring. Africa won't fight Dev. I think he would. Africa stops Dev. He does what Dev does, but better than Dev. I gotta see. It's coming up with that brick hand.
Africa stopping Devin.
I don't think that
I
Africa
don't
is gonna
know.
stop Africa. I think Africa got what, like 10 stoppages.
Force.
He's just as low as Devin. But that's a great fight. It's just boring. It's very, very boring. Now that's a good one. Now that solidifies legacy and everything. You feel me? Like, cause Africa's a good fighter. I don't care what nobody say. Be nice, Rick Sims. They said they waiting for Devin Grown Man Strap. They've been saying that for years now. But I do think that he can go there. I just think that would be a very boring. Hell, Shakur versus Devin to mess around and be boring. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Is more fundamentally sound than Devin. I think so too, Aircraft. I think he's way more patient. Um and one thing about it, Africa has the reach because when Devin goes down the way that he do his bow and arrow, Africa will be able to touch him. His footwork will be able to keep up with Devin. So he'll be in Devin's face all night. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's a very interesting matchup. It's just tiresome. I'm going to sleep. Y'all gonna have to wake me up.
That's what I'm saying. All of these fights people want to see, they just, I mean, they'll be good technical fights. It's just, it's not going to have a lot of casual value, in my opinion. And how do you think that Berlanga and Hitchison are going to do over at Zuffa? I've been watching some Berlanga clips and
Berlanga,
it just looked like he's not, it looks like he's not. That's what I get.
Berlanga. The question is, where's it gonna be? Because one thing about it, Berlanga and Africa, their footing is New York, especially Africa.
They
So if
fighting in New
Zupa,
York.
they're gonna fight in New York, they should be decent then. It's not
The
gonna
next
be
fight
a
is at
like
New York, Key, and guess what? They said the nosebleeds is $1,000, Key.
for Berlanga.
Yes,
Oh my God,
that's what I
why
heard.
they do
We're
that?
gonna have to look that up. Can you look
We
that
about to
up?
look that up. I'm finna look it up now. What for Berlanga? Oh my God, a
Somebody told me
thousand?
that earlier. Yeah, they said the nosebleeds was 1,000. They
Let
said
me
the
look
tickets
this
was
up.
outrageous.
I'm looking it up right now because the devil is a lie. The devil is a lie. Okay, so it is Berlanga versus Butler. Who's not? It's going to be at Infosys Theater at Madison Square Garden, New York, July 26th. Um, Let me see. Buy tickets. Let's see. Somebody better be lying to me. I know damn well y'all lying to me. It ain't that expensive for one ticket. No, they got $45 tickets. That was probably the resale tickets. Now they do no, it's actually price decent. Wow. No, it's price decent. 2 cents. It's price decent. Thank God. Oh my God, y'all almost gave me a heart attack. But even then, like, it's Berlanga. Like, my goodness. It's Berlanga, y'all. Now, I'm glad they having it in New York. They should be decent. Um, it should be decent. They should have a decent outing. I think that'll be one of Dana's more popular shows for Zufa. But uh, mm, okay, so then after this, who's Africa gonna fight? Because I don't think that I don't think he's gonna fight Devin. So who else is up over there for Africa to fight? Oh, come on, Rick Timms. Two tickets for $20 for two beers and two hot dogs. Now you being mean. And James Harden is way overrated. What? Y'all don't come on, y'all. Leave James Harden out of this. Africa stopped Cambosa, something Devin couldn't do in 24 rounds. I get that. Now that I will say yes, but that's because I think Africa is a better boxer. Africa is a better boxer. So what I'm seeing for the tickets, it's as cheap as 40 something. So those must have been the resale tickets that they were showing, that 2 cents was talking about. And yeah, I'm seeing $40 tickets, $80 tickets, 100. That's about right. That's about right for Berlanga. 40, you feel me? Throw in a haircut, you understand? Tank will never fight Dev or Kerr. Oh, come on, boxing hacker. He will. Um, what did I say, Dondrick? Dondrick always cussing me out. I said Africa is a better boxer than Devin. Like, come on now. He is. He has more, I think he's more, like somebody said, fundamentally sound. And it's Cambosa's. Like, we need another measuring stick for them too. Come on now, it's Cambosa's. Like, y'all, come on. It's Cambosa's.
He really jumped out the porch with the Cambosis win.
Man, it's like it's Cambosa's, y'all. Devin ducked everyone at 40, so they both in the same boat. Mm-hmm.
What do you think
Well,
about
for
the?
sure he ducked Sandor Martin, huh?
I hear Chisora and Wilder might be doing a rematch.
I saw that. I talked about that the other day, part two. So Turkey, allegedly, from what Chisora is saying, is that Turkey is oh, come on, no evidence. Turkey is attempting to put on Wilder versus Chisora part two. I am happy about that because y'all know I'm a Wilder fan. Boom. But I'm also hearing that Wilder is also interested in the winner, of fighting AJ and pursuing Undisputed and everything. So I'm not sure if Wilder will put on part two. You know what I'm saying? It was aircraft carrier. But I'm happy, Deontay Wilder. Woo! Who's happy about Deontay Wilder returning?
Man, Turkey love him some Deontay Wilder. Like, good lord.
That's one of the first fighters that he jumped in on. Boxing Hacker has a super chat for you, 2 cents.
All right. It says, Key, come on. Shout out to Boxing Hacker with the $5 in the super chat. He says, Key, come on. Tank would never fight Dev. Dev nor Shakur has more of a fighting spirit and can be pulled into a challenge. Tank would duck. That's all. Who could be pulled into a challenge? Boxing Hacker? You just be chatting, bro.
Um,
Chatting. He can't be pulled into that Oshaki Foster fight.
ooh,
But he was gonna fight Kid Austin though. He was gonna fight Austin, but he can't fight Oshaki Foster. Yeah, I got to who's a champion. But that's cool
shots
if Shakur
fired.
don't want to fight him. That's cool. Listen, that's cool. They fight whoever they want to fight. I'm just saying that y'all gotta just think about what y'all saying.
Ooh, 2 cents got now that she got you with that one, Boxing Hacker. She got you with that one. Like that was a good one. Um that was a good one.
Rebuttal.
Yeah, that was a good rebuttal. That was a very good one. Now what I would say is that I do believe now as far as Tank, I mean Devin, I think Devin is too much far in weight right now. So I'm not sure about that one. Um Shakur, yeah, Shakur's still on the list. Shakur's still on the list. But I'm not so sure about Devin. I didn't hear Devin's name. Hell, that's probably why they want Shakur so dang on bad. To be honest with you, because they can't get Tank. But let's not act like.
Man, that finna fight Tank. That man is at 147 pounds. If Shakur small, what y'all think Tank is? Y'all crazy. They never
That
want the fight,
is.
man. But you just read that tweet. They say the fight coming. So hey, you never
I
know.
think I think that we'll get the Shakur fight. I don't know about Devin though. I don't know about Tank versus Devin. I never heard about Devin being on that list, but I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? He was gonna fight Jake Paul, but the thing was he wasn't coming in big with Jake Paul either. He wasn't gonna blow up to heavyweight or 160 or something like that. Tank was small. Y'all remember the press conferences and everything. Tank was gonna stay around his weight and fight Jake Paul. I really wish we got that fight because that was a I think that would have been very interesting. Um Let me see what Tank was about to fight Jake at 200 and Tank had Devin name on his list. No, he wasn't going to fight him at 200. He was going to stay around his weight. Y'all seen the press conferences. Come on, y'all. They had at least two Jake Paul and Tank. Y'all seen how small Tank was. He was going to stay around his weight, okay? He was going to stay around his weight. He was not going to blow up like that. The highest he probably would have got was maybe like 143, 144, something like that. It wouldn't have been crazy. And that would have been smart for him to do because he was going to have to be moving to get to Jake. I know Tank mad about not making that 50 mil. I'm trying to tell you, Blue.
Oh, with some dumbness. Good
Okay.
lord.
Over all this stuff. It's absolutely insane. And then for my ladies out there, B2K and Pretty Ricky is having a versus battle. Woo!
B2K and Pretty
Remember
Ricky.
Pretty Ricky, what they call them on June 25th? Remember that song? Baby, grind with me.
Yeah, Pretty
Remember
Ricky.
that?
I'm not. That's a weird. They like two different. That's a weird versus. B2K should be going against Immature or something. Not Pretty Ricky.
Immature, you bogus. Immature got about what, 4 songs.
Nah, Immature was rocking. They had a whole era. What you talking
I
about?
like I like Immature. I did. I thought that the light skin one that used to have the patch over his eye. That was my man right there. Okay, that was my man. I love me some Immature. But yes, B2K. So they having it's on June 25th. Y'all know I'm gonna be tuned in. So if I gotta tune in, y'all gotta tune in too. And I want to hear um ain't nothing but a number. Can we
Oh, they
make it
got
like
Pretty Ricky got some hits.
man? Can we make it like it was? Oh my god, I'm finna
The
be
whole
going
album.
crazy.
The whole album, Key.
Yeah. Yes, the whole album. I seen
Pretty
that
Ricky
today.
gonna watch B2K. Like I don't even know what they thinking. It's not a good
Exactly.
versus.
And
Like you
who's
can't.
all of them can't even sing on B2K, just Omarion.
But their audience is two different age ranges. I feel like.
No, they're about the same. They're about the
I
same.
mean, I ain't really listen to B2K. I listened to Omarion once he went single, but I ain't really listen to B2K.
I can't wait to see Omarion do his dances.
Girl,
Remember
he
how
gotta sit his
Omarion,
old self down somewhere.
remember he could never stay still. Hell, he was always dancing. I can't wait for that. All them dudes get thank you, no evidence. Thank you so much. Thank you. Y'all know I'm gonna be screaming. Y'all already know.
Nah, I
I
think
love
I think B2K should sit this one out. They tripping.
I think so too. I think Pretty Ricky is gonna absolutely destroy them.
That's a that's like that's like
Hmm.
a Tank Kid Austin fight. They just don't. It's just unfair.
You know what? But what I am excited for to see, to be honest with you guys, is the Earl Spence and Tim Zoo fight. So there has been a lot going on with Spence doing his interview. I know people have talked about it. They've been talking about it for the past couple of days. A lot of people is mad at Earl. A lot of people are okay with what he did and what he said. But it's just ghetto. It's a hot ghetto mess.
Hold on.
Um,
Aircraft carrier. What you mean, pretty? If you 40, Pretty Ricky, that's who you was listening to. That's you gonna know Pretty Ricky. Yeah, if you 40, you was listening to Pretty Ricky coming up for sure. My bad, Key. Go ahead.
I'm 37 and I'm still listening to those three. Those it's a few songs I'm listening to with Pretty Ricky. So I'm there with you. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But there's a lot going on with the Earl Spence interview that he did. He basically shut down the whole internet, boxing internet, with his comments and has been debatable. So a lot of people is asking a question when it comes to this Tim Zoo fight. Does his fans should Earl Spence be viewed differently moving here on out? Because
Um,
go ahead.
should he be viewed differently? This is the thing, right? I it, I view Earl differently. I went through this after the last fight. And or to me, he just don't seem like he's that smart. Like he's so stubborn, and he just gonna do what he want to do. He a dumb decision. He don't care, right? And I realized that about Earl. And so as a fan, I had to make a decision. Like this nigga be doing some dumb shit. But hey, listen, if you make decisions and you take accountability for your decisions, then I mean I can rock with that. Now, does Earl have a question mark on his head as far as how I think he's gonna look in the Tim Zoo fight? Absolutely. Errol Spence is gonna have to get in the ring and he's gonna have to show me and prove to me as a fan that he's still able to fight or he could still perform. He could put on a good performance. If he does that, great. If he doesn't, great. Cool.
Sue says you're going in and out,
As far as
Cream.
me being a fan of Earl, oh now
No, say something else.
hello,
Yeah, okay. Stay right there. You're perfect. Go
something
ahead.
okay. As a fan, I don't know. Like I don't know how one thing, like for me, like I don't know how one thing takes away from everything else you've done. Like it's one thing to like catch a mistake and then now you look back in hindsight and you know how you catch some kid and you look back and you be like, damn, I can't believe I missed all those signs, right? But Earl was very transparent. Like he never tried to hide anything. It wasn't like we found out you had a drinking problem. We found out you wasn't taking shit serious. We found out you. I feel like everything besides like how bad the camp was, we already knew about Earl and the broken rib. I guess you could say everything else we already knew about Earl, right? We knew he was bullshitting. We knew he didn't take shit serious. We knew he was having fat camps. We knew he was partying with Yellow Beezy. We knew he was getting in the street shit. We already knew all of that, right? So now you coming out and said you made yet another dumb decision and did some more dumb shit. It's just who you are to me. Like I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked. As a fan, of course I feel some type of way. Why would you do that to your fans at the biggest opportunity of your life? And really honestly, it's why would you do it to boxing? Like that was one of the biggest fights we had in a very, very, very long time.
Mhm.
You had Bud playing around with the fight, trying to be strategic, which is cool. I'm not saying I have a problem with that. It's boxing. You gotta do what you gotta do. And you got Earl just completely bullshitting, period, and feeling like, man, listen, all the things I've been doing up until this point has finally caught up to me. And so I just got to deal with the consequences of whatever's about to happen, of the outcome of this fight. I'm not going to go in there and lay down. He didn't go in there and do like what y'all felt like Charlo did. He went in there and gave it his all. He went in there and fought at his best, right? He didn't go in there just like, oh, I'm going to run around. You know what I'm saying? He didn't. He still went in there and gave a fight. And I'm not excusing it. I'm not saying it's okay. I didn't appreciate it as a fan, but I'm not going to say you doing something stupid and being hard headed, which you've been doing your whole entire career, is going to make me look at you differently. You get what I'm saying? But that's my 2 cents about it.
I feel you. Like I said, I could see both sides of the spectrum. I
I
see
definitely see
both.
both sides. That's what I don't think it's a wrong answer here.
Yeah, I think that some people are taking it one way, other people are taking it the other way. And the ones that I'm seeing, the majority of them have put money on the line. See, I bet it on the rounds. And I bet it from 7 through 10. So I was cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, my boy lost,
I
but
bet on the knockdowns. I
you
won
know
a
what
good
I'm saying?
1200.
So exactly. So I'm just like, I get both sides. But I'm curious to see what Spence does in the Tim Zoo fight. I know a lot of people are picking Spence to win this fight against Tim Zoo. But this Tim Zoo has been in the ring. Yes, he has gotten beat up. Okay, he within the past couple years he has lost more fights than he has won. These are facts. But he's still been in the ring and he's still been active. And this Earl Spence, you know, my boy, he been out in the farms and on vacations. You feel me? He the soccer dad with his beautiful children and everything else from what he be posting. And so I'm trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying, like what Earl at with this. So I'm very excited to see him back next year. I'm happy that you know what I'm saying, he's coming out making his rounds and everything. Spence got to show me, man. I got to see it. I definitely got to see it. But speaking of gotten to see it, 2 cents. Chris Mannix has set the boxing world on fire. He said that if Boots beats Xander Zayas, then Boots should be in the that will give Boots a ticket punch to the Boxing Hall of Fame. What do you think about that?
What? No.
What I keep
What is
telling y'all, Xander. See, woo, go Xander.
man? Fuck Key.
Yes,
Don't piss me off, Key.
yes,
Don't piss me off, Key. Why would beating
yes.
Xander get you in the Hall of Fame? Why? And Boots my guy. Boots is my guy. Y'all know I'm Boots. I'm Boots. But no, no, you don't get to get in the Hall of Fame because you beat who? Who?
Woo! Go Xander. See what I'm saying? A lot of people are starting to see what I see. Xander is a good fighter, yo. Y'all are such haters.
Key. He's a good fighter. That's it. He's a good fighter, and he's food. And he's
You guys
food.
are haters. You don't like
Any other
boxing.
time, I asked you, Key, before this was announced. I said, Xander's food. Which one of the top 154 pounders is he gonna feed himself to? That was the question. And it's Boots Ennis. I don't know this Hall of Fame talk. That's crazy. I don't know if they trying to just piss off the internet or what.
So you're saying that Xander isn't good enough to qualify someone for the Hall of Fame, 2 cents?
Hell no.
Wow.
Hell no.
Wow.
He haven't even qualified himself for the Hall of Fame. How
This
he
shit's just
gonna
hating.
qualify
You
somebody
guys don't
else?
like boxing. You guys don't like boxing.
How he gonna
I just
qualify somebody else?
I don't understand it because Xander is he's I think Xander is the goods. And I think I wouldn't be surprised if Xander's game plan is to go to the body on
Yep, and
Boots.
get countered.
I think that he's gonna go to the body. I think okay, so if it go all 12, what does that say?
They say he got his ass whooped for 12 rounds, Key.
Okay. So what if so is Boots supposed to stop Xander?
I don't know. I can't say if Boots is supposed to stop him because they keep saying how much bigger Xander is and all this other stuff. But I think he should stop him. But if he don't, I mean, see, what we can't do, Key, is put these unrealistic expectations on Boots so that if he don't do it, we can still complain. If Boots don't stop him in the third round at the 2 minute 11 second mark, he trash. No, 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 no. Y'all don't get to do that. Y'all get to watch his performance and appreciate the win, just like y'all do every other fighter. Ain't that right, Key?
Um I think so as well, but if he's food, y'all keep telling me that Xander is food and trash. Boots better get the knockout
I just
then.
said he's a good fighter, Key. I never said he was trash. He's a
Well,
good
you saying
fighter.
that he food. Who he gonna sacrifice
He's
himself to?
gourmet. He's
Just
gourmet,
the
Key.
just the just the disrespect for my boy.
He's Gordon Ramsay made fresh
He is
gourmet.
he is just the disrespect for my boy. Everything the child do is just disrespectful when it comes to Xander Zayas.
Well, Key, I want to thank y'all for joining me tonight. I am currently pulling up to my hotel, so I have finally made it. Shout out to Key with the tea for coming up, dropping us the tea. I know how we do every Friday night, ladies' night over here at Two Cents Boxing. Shout out to everybody that super chat. I didn't get to check the likes, but y'all make sure y'all punch the like button before we get out the building. Um, I may do a pop up tomorrow. I don't know, depending on what my schedule is and what we got going on. And I see they got casinos out here, so I might go throw something on black. But I'm gonna give y'all a call back. I mean, give y'all a call back. My bad. I'm gonna holler at y'all next time I'm live. Peace out.